New movie sucked.
The Last Duel, isn't it? I think it's The Last Duel.
That's a historical
I haven't
movie.
seen many.
Historical. It is.
Okay,
Based on a real
okay.
event,
I am ready.
Subscribe, bro.
It's not. Oh my gosh.
Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot, Die, Repeat, where a bunch of us schmucks sit around, roll some dice, and do a lot of laughing at each other that we like to call Dungeons and Dragons. And we are so thankful to have you joining us for the launch of Campaign 3. Woo!
So happy.
And we have had a couple of weeks off after we did some world building and character building streams, and you, the community, were integral in shaping that. And we so appreciate your engagement with us and your support and your ideas and continuing those conversations on our Discord channel. You can follow us on the Discord. You can see the link in our chat here. You can also go to the link that's in our Twitch stream. So those things are up there. We would love for you to join us on Discord if you haven't already. And if you're looking to catch up on what has gone before, you can go to our YouTube channel and see all the episodes that are up there as well. But today we get to start Campaign 3, and we're very excited about that. And we are, I don't know what you guys are.
I'm gonna punch my computer.
Okay, you're frustrated over there. Jake is frustrated by things.
And I'm just laughing at
And Austin's laughing at him. All right. As a way of saying thank you to our amazing community, we have a bunch of giveaways that we will be doing. And you usually can see the giveaways right here above me, but we are in the middle of reconfiguring some things, so we'll get that back up there soon. We do have a brand new McFarlane Dragon that will be given away. And if we get... We have reconfigured how the giveaways work, so if we get 100 new subscribers, we'll give away that big old dragon, and for every 10 new subs we get, we'll give away a large mini, and regardless of how many subs we get, every single week we will be giving away a set of dice, giveaway number 1, and 2 medium-sized minis, giveaway number 2. So regardless of how many new subs we get, we'll be giving away at least have 2 giveaways throughout the evening, and 10 new subs, large giveaway, and 100 new subs. And that's the dragon, of course, is cumulative over sessions. As we whittle that down, then we will give that guy away in whatever future session we get to. All right. As I've said now 2 times, and I'll say a 3rd time, we are excited to start Campaign 3. But before we jump into Campaign 3, we are going to have a little recap so that we can set the stage for how we got here. And so our former adventuring party, the Shades, we're on a quest to stop a giant, magical, catastrophic storm of arcane nature that was raging over the Anarok Desert far to the north within the Sword Coast. And the storm grew and grew over time, raining necrotic ash down on the lands upon which it spread. The party of a tiefling and a Vedalken and a human sorcerer. The Vedalken, of course, was a wizard. The tiefling, an echo knight, along with a druid, halfling, and a confused Tabaxi. That was at one point a bard and one point a rogue, as his personalities collided. We're accompanied by an adolescent storm giant named Ray. As the party went on their quest, they were able to save several towns and villages and figure out how to get through the impassable arcane boundary that prevented people from entering in through the outer portion of the storm and also prevented all teleportation inside the storm. They had learned of a unique cave that would allow them to move through, but before they would learn the whereabouts of the cave, they had to gather some unique items for a hag who they had made a bargain with. On their way to collect those items, the party was accosted by an entire murder of, well, that's what I'm going to call them anyway. I don't know what you call a group of manticore, but now they're a murder.
works.
A murder of manticore, like a murder of crows, alighted upon them, and as they used their last-ditch effort to teleport away to safety, taking out the majority of the manticore, but ultimately falling to the matron, their sorceress, Marishka, was overwhelmed by the dark mythos void magic emanating through a set of chains that had chained that had bound a young white dragon in place that was ritualistically de-hearted.
Oh, common medical procedure.
Common medical procedure. Heart transplant without the heart being returned. And as she teleported back to the chamber, the Weaver's Presidium, where they had previously cleared and made a safe haven for themselves, she was overtaken by a malevolent eldritch being known as L'Oreal. She clashed with the party, fought with them, and turned her tabaxi friend, Bart/Oliver, and he was the one who struck the first blow, downing the Vedalken wizard.
Damn straight.
JB.
No
killing
regrets.
him, followed by Morthos falling, the longtime leader of the party, before Bart/Oliver himself was destroyed. As Ray and Killian and Marishka stood face to face, Ray was pleaded with by one of her ancestors, appearing to her out from her ancestral weapon, the Storm's Fury, and told to break the heft of the hammer over her leg. Shattering the shaft of the hammer, she was teleported to whereabouts unknown, not watching the final moments of her friends, as Marishka finished them before she herself dematerialized under the force of the blast. Killian, the only one remaining, as darkness overtook him and his life ebbed away. Ray, you wake up. And immediately, the heat of this place overwhelms you. Your body begins to perspire profusely. Your hair getting matty and knotted. Something you could never allow within your storm giant tribe. The ash and the soot and the salt of the place immediately begins to strike against your skin as the wind whips around. You open your eyes and you look out and you see that the skies are ablaze high above you in the upper atmosphere. As you look out into the distance, you see swirling tornadoes of fire. The air here is breathable despite the heat, but very uncomfortable as your lungs burn with the soot and the salt and the ash mingling with the air. As you sit up, The ground that is beneath you is cracked with obsidian and basalt underneath your heavy form. The ash clinging to your skin for a moment and then falling away. You are elevated on some sort of a small dune or hill or mountain. You look about you, and to the south you see large peaks that are rising up, spewing volcanic ash and magma. You look to what you think is the west of you, and you see a massive, dark brown wall of stone. It disappears into the flaming, combusting clouds in the atmosphere. And you look to what you believe is the east, and you see swirling sandstorm winds of ash and soot. A maelstrom of wind that consumes the dark soil and disappears in the distance. To the north, the atmosphere meets the low-lying black soot in a horizon that just disappears into fire. I need you to roll a perception check.
First roll of the season.
Yeah. 8.
Yes.
As you wipe the soot from your eyes and your eyes tear up a little bit, at first from the ash and then from the realization that you are all alone. There's no one with you. Your hammer is broken, held firmly in your right hand and in your left. Now a jagged remembrance of what it once was. You sit there, and one tear turns to many as you weep. Clutched in your hand, the broken hammer, and the blue, shimmering necklace collected for you by your ancestral guardians, handed to you before you disappeared. All of their necklaces. Friends. They're gone. Are they alive? What happened to them? Rage, sadness, guilt. Emotions overwhelm you and roil around within you as you think on what has just happened. As you peer out before you, it looks like there is almost a bleak desert of ash. What do you do?
Ray stands up, she jumps up, tears rolling down her eyes. Ollie! She runs over the edge and peers down. Killian, Ollie, where are you guys? She holds the necklaces in front of her. Ollie, can you hear me? Marthos! Anyone! But she enters into a rage knowing that they were taken away, and she holds up her hammer and starts smashing the rocks around her, and the hard atmosphere just making it difficult to breathe. She starts coughing and spluttering as she's smashing the ground around her, rocks cracking around. L'Oreal, I swear to you, I will end you! And she takes the other half of her ponytail and she chops off one of them. Ha! I will not honor you with my hair, and she chops off the other one. I swear, your insides are gonna become your outsides, and I'm gonna... Pain! L'Oreal, I swear to you, pain! As she starts calming down from the rage, she falls to her knees and begins to weep. Where were you, Anam? Why were you hiding? Why did you let this happen? My hair will never be nice again. And she takes out the pigtails, and it's like this messed up, disjointed, as one side is a little bit longer and spikier than the other one, and ash fills her hair. She purposely grabs a fistful of the ash and rubs it into her hair. Ha! See? You hid from me! So now, why? Now my friends are dead! She lifts up the hammer one more time, both as an overhead, and with all of her strength smacks it into the ground. And here's the shake. She begins to weep. And she'll sit there for a little bit. She'll wipe the tears from her eyes. I have to get back to my family. So slowly she'll pick herself off the ground. She's gonna walk towards the east. Going down the mountain. Sure, she slips a little bit.
And as you go towards the raging sandstorm to the east.
I thought that was the west.
The west was the massive rock wall.
Oh, then the north.
To the north, to the firestorm.
Yes.
Okay. Towards the firestorm to the north. You continue on and you become cognizant of...
That's great.
As you kind of pause for a rest, your body is parched. As the moisture seems to be rapidly evaporating from you.
Why would you land me here? I can keep going. I deserve this. This is my right. I wasn't strong enough. I can't. I should just die. What? All my friends are dead. I mean...
You hear a voice
Anam isn't even here. He didn't even help me.
that interrupts your outer monologue. My child, I'm sorry for your pain. As you notice Moshi's voice.
Why would you have me kill all my friends? Why break the staff? My father gave me this. Do you know how mad he's gonna be? And it killed everyone. How could I return?
And it killed everyone.
She's very much her daddy's girl.
Yeah.
So you see before you in the shimmering ethereal effect in which you've previously seen Moshi, one of your great ancestors, holding on to a wooden staff that he is looking at as you mention that you've broken the staff.
I don't care what you have to say. This is fine. She's gonna keep walking. It's okay. I mean, I don't need you. I don't need Anam. You guys killed everyone I loved.
He walks alongside you and says nothing.
You can see the conflicting guilt, like she knows what she's doing is wrong, and yet she's not willing to admit it. So she'll give him like a couple of side glances here and there, but she is racked with guilt of not being strong enough and conflicting emotions, and she's out of Anam's will with her hair, and you could see it all playing so clearly and evidently on her face. Stop looking at me! Stop it, I tell you! I don't need you! As the ash continues to, and you can see her, she's getting weaker and her stamina is starting to stagger as she trips on a little piece of ash rock mold. She falls to the ground, her stamina weakened by the dehydration and the heat, and tears won't even come to her because there's no moisture in her body. She is just numb with pain.
As you fall to the ground, Moshi sits next to you. Still not saying anything. Just sitting in the dirt with you.
She'll look at Moshi after a few minutes of just silence. Why? Why, Moshi?
My child. Do you remember the story? I'm sure it's been told to you. Of the victory that I led our people away from the primordial oppressors that held them. Did you know that my first attempt ended in failure?
She'll kind of sit up a little bit because Moshi is purple-skinned, and it's not widely known that purple skins failed, and she's never heard it before. No one ever really talked about the failures because they were chosen from Anam. He's a purple skin. So her body position is going to lean in a little bit more, like eager to hear, because she's only gray-skinned.
Moshi looks at the staff in his hand as he speaks to you. I was one of the privileged storm giants, for I knew the ways of the arcane. And the primordials used me as a prize, trained me, educated me, equipped me. And I thought I could use that knowledge to lead a rebellion. I failed. I tried in my own strength and understanding, my own pride and hubris. As many of my brothers and sisters fell, trusting in me. It was not until I turned to Anam that he showed me the way.
But just gonna kind of look up. I'm out of Anam's will. How can I please him and honor him with my hair when I'm trying to take down the god of hair? I don't want to honor her. She's evil. She's gonna come down and it'll be by my hand that I'm gonna strike her down.
And that may well be. But Anam is not concerned with trifle legalities, like your hair. Child, we learn discipline and obedience through many traditions. Hair is one. But it does not mean that you are forsaken. or forgotten, or lost. It certainly does not mean you have failed.
Feels like I failed.
You have your life. And you have the hope of your friends still with you.
Ollie! Oh. I thought you meant physically still with me. Nah, I get it. You mean spiritually.
No,
I got it. No?
they are still with you. And he gestures towards the necklaces. And he gestures towards the hopper. And the broken staff.
She's gonna pick up the staff and put it to her eyes to see if she can, or the necklace and put it to her eye to see if she can kind of like see through it.
Hey, I'm in here.
I wish.
That is not what happened. You see nothing in the necklaces.
It's dark.
What do you mean? I don't see them.
He points to the hopper.
She'll pick up the hopper and put it to her eye. Ollie!
Oh yeah, I'm in here too now. Also doesn't happen.
You hear Bart say that.
Crap. Hey, can you let me out?
How do I get them out?
I don't know how I got in here.
Moshi?
Take that. Put it to your hammer.
Holy ancestors now?
She's gonna take the hammer. Should I hit it really hard, or are you talking like tap it lightly?
Take the hopper and put it to your hammer.
Yes. You want to bring the hammer down? Oh no!
I was very close to smashing the harp.
Let's prepare for campaign 4.
Yeah. Splits the elemental plane in half.
She'll take them both and she'll put them together.
As you do, the hammer, almost of its own accord, opens and receives the hopper into it.
Ooh.
What?
And begins to
The hammer is the hopper?
Glow.
The hopper is the hammer?
with energy as the hopper itself continues to have its kind of oddly revolving kind of the rings of gold and platinum that kind of in a odd orbit move around it. As you look into it, you see a shadowed grayed figure of Bart / Oliver.
Ollie! How are you? What? How did this happen?
I don't know.
The figure fades.
I miss you. I love you, best friend.
Moshi speaks up. My daughter, how much do you know about what's going on?
About like life, or like the storm, or like
Nothing. Tell me everything.
or like
How did you get here?
or like how I got magically transported to this terrible plane of existence, or
Do you recall the battle we all had with the 3 dead gods?
the one where it was like this really creepy spot and there was like the blood everywhere and someone almost died, and then I think JB almost died, but that's kind of pretty normal until he actually did. Oh, I guess I can't talk that way anymore. I'm sorry, she's gonna hold up her hammer. I'm sorry, JB, I didn't mean it.
JB's face appears. Do you say anything?
It's okay. Move on.
That's JP.
out of the background. What a jerk! God!
The face. The face disappears. Yes, that combat. The 2 were prevented from being summoned, but the one Merkel needed to be put down. You succeeded. We succeeded.
We
But
did
not-
something right.
But not before the loss of your friend Rubius.
Forgot about that one. I was like, yeah, we did something great. Oh.
I'm sorry, but we could not accommodate his spirit. But we could accommodate that of your friends. That is why the staff was broken. Your spirits, your friends, the spirits of your friends would be trapped in limbo or in the in-between right now if you did not do what you did. Instead, they are with you and will fight with you as your ancestors do.
She's gonna kind of look down. I didn't know. Thank you. I would be. I didn't know the end, and I didn't trust, and I should have trusted in you guys and Anam, because when have you guys ever led me wrong? But I didn't know where it was gonna end, and I'm sorry.
Trust is not about knowing. It is about confidence of things hoped for, and a conviction of things that are not seen.
From now on, I won't forget! She's gonna kind of pound the ground. Thank you for coming to me even though I didn't trust.
I know exactly how you feel. In my failure, my faith wavered and disappeared. But Anam found me and drew me back, just as he is doing now to you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna remember this, and it won't waver again. And I will track down this Hair Lord, because she did kill all my friends. And hopefully I can save Mariska too. Should really make a list of everything I need to accomplish. But
Writing it on her hand.
whittles it.
He kind of stops you. He says, Ray,
yes,
you won't need to track her down.
Oof.
She's coming for you.
Oh.
and I'll be ready.
And that is where the scene ends.
Oh. Son of a gun.
I'm not excited, but
Of course
I
she
am.
is. Of course.
Shoot.
That's so
Too far.
terrible.
Terrible. It's terrible. Terrible. Just simply terrible. Is that your voice? Charles Barkley?
Knick-knack.
Paddywhack?
Every time.
You're hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's your character
You're,
description.
Sexy.
you're thirsty.
You
And
are a
as you
drink of cold water.
Go quench that thirst.
3 foot tall.
What is?
And as you gather yourself and collect yourself from your journey, please describe your character for us.
So, Knick-Knack is a 3 foot tall gnome artificer who is wearing a nice. What's that? Oh, no. Sorry. It's better. Better. Okay. Who would have thought Austin has mic problems?
I was like thinking over here.
It wasn't even on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. Anyways, Three-piece brown suit. Yes, but
Interesting.
kind of disheveled. His sleeves are rolled up. He's got this like a grayish brownish skin tone. He's a rock gnome. A curly Q mustache.
Yes.
Sideburns that come down as well. Obviously protruding nose like most gnomes have, and a white robe that he wears, a cloak that he wears. Think like scientist lab coat, and then some goggles around his neck as well.
Does he have a Bunsen burner anywhere on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got some buns.
Absolutely. I've got, and that's what it. So, and then he's got a thinking cap on that's kind of like a. I don't know what it looks like yet. So I'm working with the artist on that. But he takes it off quickly, and you realize that he's got this faux hawk underneath a gray silver faux hawk that kind of goes all the way back, and that ends in a mullet, which I just added because I like that.
Faux hawk mullet?
Yes.
Sick.
Yeah.
You are from Alabama.
Yeah. So
And you're going to church. You got a suit on. Like it.
yeah, but he's very disheveled, and so that's Knick Knack the gnome.
Okay. So Knick Knack, the gnome alchemist,
Yes.
artificer. You've collected yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You look around, and you are indeed in a confluence within the elemental planes. Based off of your preparation and research, it seems that to the east is where this confluence meets the elemental plane of Earth. Nope, scratch that. You reorient.
Yep.
Hold on. No, it's to the west.
That way.
That's the west.
Yep.
That means the north is the elemental plane of fire, and to the east is actually the elemental plane of wind. And you look around for water. You see it nowhere. That's interesting. In fact, this confluence seems to be 3-sided, not 4.
Odd.
You look down at your feet.
You should note that.
I'm going.
Fertile soot, soil, ash.
He gets big. Licks a little bit. Oh, yeah. Not yet. Knick Knack, wait.
Oh my god, this is another year.
No, not yet. And then he he reaches into his he's got a small bag, and he reaches in, and his arm disappears like up to his this one, this, and he just takes out a jug of water and drinks it, and then he puts it back. That's tasty water. Yeah.
Are you Bobby Boucher?
No, that was that other character. I just needed water. It's fire around here.
I love him.
Knick Knack. And then he takes out a piece of paper and he unfolds it a couple times. Are they that way, or are they? You want to? He puts it away. I think the fuck that way. They were, at least. I need that poop. I need that. Special. No, okay. And he's like walking like real haphazardly, like he starts walking in this direction, then he looks down again, he reaches into his pocket. Now? No, a little bit. No, not yet. Don't waste it. We're not sure. Oh, Knick Knack. And he keeps walking, and then he looks down at the ash again. Now that looks good. That's yeah. And so out of his pocket, he looks at it. This could be fun, Knick Knack. Yeah. It's a bee. It does stuff. It'll work. It'll work. And so then he reaches back in his bag up to his arm and pulls out that same jug. And he puts the bean in the soil and nice volcanic ash. No, Obsidian out of there. Obsidian, no. Yeah, water.
All of that to plant a bean?
Magic.
Holy shit!
Magic bean. Yeah.
Actual
Magic
footage
bean.
of Austin gardening in real life.
So you
Not disappointed at all.
You are an alchemist.
Yeah.
That is your primary area of study, but you are also a jack of all trades, a Renaissance man, gnome, if you will. And you have been tinkering with your botanist friend, who has told you about the wonderment of magic beans.
Yeah. Nick likes that.
And
I
you
love you.
you think you finally perfected the formula.
Yeah, I had to crush the house one. That was bad.
Now, as you plant the bean, you know that it takes but a moment, and something both wonderful
Oh, he puts on his goggles on. Back up.
or horrendous could happen. You back up? How far do you back up?
Begin. It's I think most 20.
Doing the Pythagorean theorem right now. Give him a second.
25 feet.
25 feet. Your little gnome legs run their full distance in, well, around 6 seconds. And I need you,
Yeah.
fair gnome,
Oh boy.
You're dead.
to roll a D100.
How funny would that be?
He's gonna die or level up.
I can't believe
Level up would be sick.
he created a character that's just him with an odd voice.
Hey, Nick has advantage.
Knick-knack has advantage?
Thanks.
All right.
Nick, yep. We have 2 people in the chat that said if anything ever happens to Knick-knack, they will TPK everyone. And I agree.
Agreed.
Can I roll? It's a D.
D100, so it's 2 D10s. Ideally, it's the single digit and double digit. Yep.
Okay.
Single digit, of course, is the 10s, and the double digit is the singles and 10s. Yeah. I've reversed it.
89.
89.
Gotten that before. Have we gotten that before?
Yeah, you level up.
No.
You talk to your dead mother.
That's 60 something, I think.
That's all. Ooh, is Chef gonna be the new badger this one? Oh my gosh.
Just to
I'll
read
say
that long.
this look is not good.
A herd
So
of water
89 means we actually skip to season 4. So we're gonna need to take a
I
6-week
blow up the
break.
entire plane and everybody dies.
buffalo. You
Okay.
subtract a side to the plane.
You watch as a point begins to emerge from the ground. It is pyramidal in shape,
Oh gosh.
and it continues to elongate.
At
It continues,
okay.
and the pyramid turns into a lengthy obelisk that
Where is it?
grows 2
Oh,
feet,
no.
3 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet. Runes are carved all about
Austin,
it.
how'd you do this
Yep.
already?
Weapon. I don't know what happened.
What did you do?
What languages do you speak?
Ooh, good question.
So it's just a 3-foot obelisk, you said?
It's still growing.
I speak Gnomish, Common, and what's the one from the Underdark?
Undercommon?
Undercommon, yes.
They are in languages that you do not speak, but you do know. You can know enough. Well, roll an intelligence check for me.
Yes.
First
Should
roll.
I use the...
Second one.
Good point.
Jake.
Mine was just a bad one.
I'm missing a D20. Oh, I think my D20. I think you have my D20s.
You can use one of mine.
I know, but I like the... I have
This
two
is
of them.
thrilling.
Should I use my advantage now or later?
Well, see what you get
Both.
first.
Oh, yeah, good
Well,
call.
actually, you do need to. Those advantages you need to declare ahead of time.
Then I declare that advantage.
Oof.
What'd you say? Intelligence?
It's intelligence. You can choose Arcana or History, whichever you prefer.
Ooh, I prefer Arcana. 17.
17.
Good roll. Good roll.
You have heard of these before. These are tombstones or prison stones.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's what I
boy.
thought they were. What it was.
And
dead.
as it's summoned,
Yeah.
Absolutely dead.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep.
it continues to rise out of the ground. You see that there's infernal
Yeah.
and abyssal
Mm-hmm.
and what looks to be some draconic
Ooh.
and
Fire.
celestial and maybe even a little bit of giant in there. It is unique.
Hmm.
I need you now to make a strength saving throw.
Real good at that.
Oh, great.
Real good at that.
Within 5 minutes.
How is a 7?
You feel a magnetic pull begin to draw you near to this obelisk.
And
Goodbye,
there's no
Nick-Nack.
one around you.
It was nice knowing you, Nick.
You steel yourself against the pull, but there's nothing to hold on to as the ash begins to give way to your skittering feet as your body quickly and more quickly begins to go. And that's where we'll end that scene.
Wow.
Who can follow that?
I don't know. Adam.
No.
Well, the DM has to take a deep
The
breath
whole world
after.
just changed.
Did you plan, like,
You just released Mephistopheles on us.
seriously?
L'Oreal's like, "Gotcha!"
We're gonna have to roll another roll
To see if I die.
to see what's gonna happen.
Oh my gosh.
Beans are so worth it.
Oh, so worth it. So freaking worth it.
Especially when you're all by yourself and there's nobody around to help you.
I
Maybe
remember these
maybe
beans
Ray's
To be
like
fair,
just
I
over
can.
the,
That's
the-
what I'm hoping.
Just
I
around
tried
the
not to
riverbed?
do it.
Hoping.
Several times I tried not to do it. Yeah,
right.
Curiosity.
You created a character that makes these.
It's also
Well, the chat actually bestowed upon him that ability. Community, well done in the
yeah,
character
yeah,
building.
way to go.
And
How do I
used
blame
it.
Badger for this?
Episode 1.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
use
Vexilius.
everything the chat gave me on episode 1. Purple skin.
Vexilius.
Yes.
You going to Batman, boys?
Sitting before you is your ward.
I am the knight.
A young fire giant who has been under your tutelage for the better part of a year and a half. You're not quite sure how time works down here yet. Young Zadius sits before you, his eyes dropped, his face sullen. And he looks up at you. And he says, "We have other servants. Why does it have to be you?"
Zadius, I've lived a life. I've done my work. You have a whole life to live. There's no reason why it shouldn't be me.
I don't want it to be you! As he slams his fist down and it leaves a smoldering mark on the stone bench upon which he sits.
And
My dad's... It's his fault!
you see, Vex is a. First of all, he's a purple goblin,
Yeah, he is.
and he has these eyes that are kind of milky white.
doesn't have an ugly face. He's got a bald head, seemingly regular humanoid features, except for his big ears that come out at a point and connect to the side and front of his forehead. He has a reddish, brownish beard with some tied braids. He wears no shirt, but an open hooded cloak with his brownish red chest hairs sticking out.
Nice.
He does shave his armpits. I'm just kidding. He wears cloth pants. The cloak and pants are the cloak is sleeveless with a hood, and the pants they're just regular cloth. Wears no shoes or anything on his four-toed clawed feet. And he quickly, as his student Zadius slams down on the ground, he quickly puts his hands together and rubs them, closes his eyes, and says, "Zadius, remember what we have trained on. Get in position now."
You see the anger continuing to seethe in him, and the dark auburn hair that he has kind of smolders with flames as he seeks to calm himself. And he folds up his legs on top of the bench, and he kind of puts his fingers together in a kind of concentration pose, and he just stares at you and breathes out heavily.
Now, close your eyes, grab the dark, and grab the light, and slowly bring them together. Breathe, and let reality be.
A tear rolls down his cheek. Zadius, you can't die in there. Win your freedom, and then come back. Not as our servant, but as my friend.
Vex does smile a little bit as he breaks his mantra of sorts. And
He said, "If I die, or if I do not die, I will know that I have saved you from something you have not been ready for. It will have all been worth it."
Our house is strong. I would have lived. I'm strong.
Strength is but a portion of what is needed to change reality.
And that is where our vignette will end, with Vexilius, the purple goblin monk. Celine, the mass of humanity never ceases to amaze. As you make your way from your clinic in through one of the private entrances to the Octagon. This variety was not present where you're from. As you walk, no one seems to pay you heed, as you do a very good job of blending in. Would you please describe yourself?
So, you can't quite see it, but you see a bit of shock of white, almost lustrous really, silver hair sticking out from underneath a hood that's been pulled up so that it's covering most of the face, and a bit of shadow there. But the figure is about a little tall for a woman, actually, at about 5'9" perhaps. A willowy, lean sort of build. As the cloak is moving with the movements of walking forward, you see that she's wearing a white, almost doctor reminiscent cloak and coat that has some red guarding the collarbone area and a red sash hanging down from around the waist, and that's been draped over the black underrobes, and wearing very simple overall, functional, well taken care of, but a little worn. And as she's walking, you can see that there's a belt with many compartments, and attached to that belt most prominently is a red potions vial that has quite a few notches cut alongside the edge of it, almost like dosage amounts. And she has, as you see, the glimpse of skin and the hot light that's just emanating from fire and everywhere in this place. She has deep golden skin and warm amber eyes that almost seem to glow gold when they catch the light at odd angles.
As you walk hurriedly yet confidently through the streets of the city of Brass, you make your way into the octagon and down to the fighters' pits, where you will run through the pre-combat kind of role of all of the different gladiators and contenders and champions, the batal of the houses that have been gathered here today. For today is a unique contest. A contest of houses. A contest of honor. A contest of freedom. A contest of life and death. And it's your job to protect certain names that have been passed to you by the people, the Church of the Lightbringer, your protectors and patrons. And you make your way in, and you're greeted by a red dragonborn, your usual contact, Tuvo. He wears his ceremonial golden plate armor and the mark of the Lightbringer upon his shoulder. He looks at you and greets you, gives you a nod, and in a deep, raspy voice he says, "Are you ready for the day?"
I'm always ready, Tuville.
Of course you are.
How are they looking out there?
Some interesting ones here. You know, of course, you must keep Hugo, as per usual.
Yeah, I've had quite a lot of practice with that one, so I'm not too concerned about him.
His strength precedes him.
That's one thing to call it, yeah.
He's another. And he gives you a list of a few names. And then he concludes with one that is unique. Today, there is one final instruction. One you are not to attend to. This is not something that has been instructed of you before. You've always had kind of the freedom to attend to those who you will, but giving special attention to the batal that you are told. This batal is, shall we say, necessary to die.
Who is it? What have they done? What crime?
The half-drow. You know him. Hashin.
Hashin is meant to die. Oh, that's interesting. Is there a reason why? Just asking. I mean, I understand.
I am just delivering the message. He looks.
Oh,
kind of-
Tuval, come on. We've known each other for so long now.
Roll a persuasion check.
Bounced out of the chair. I'm using advantage, by the way. Okay. I gotta pull up my stats. That's going to be a 23.
He looks around quickly, and he just motions you in to kind of lean in. He leans into you, and you lean into him. He says, "He is the Vital of the married. Do you understand?"
I'm gonna be totally honest with you, Tavel. I did not catch that through your accent, no.
The married. A married,
Okay.
as you know.
I thought you were destined to be married. Congratulations!
The married, as you know, is a water genie. And the married refers to a very specific water genie who is an ambassador from the plane of elemental fire, water.
Which isn't there.
Who you know, Hashin, is the Batal for his house. At least, based off of what today means, you would surmise that. So, don't help him.
It's up to his skill in the ring.
It is. Hugo, help him.
Crowd still loves him, don't they?
It is unique. A human that can sing with the blade like that.
Well, have you ever actually heard his real singing voice?
Have
It's
you?
not as impressive.
The people are with you.
Got a real off and on again relationship there.
They will keep protecting you as you pay homage. And
Oh, by the way, that does remind me. Did they give you any sort of update on when the next delivery could happen?
he kind of wryly smiles. From what I understand, if things go well today, you'll be taken care of. And he turns and walks out.
You see Celine sort of compose herself and turn around and look. I'm assuming I'm like right at the entrance of my clinic by now, where I have an entire station of alchemy and potion making ingredients set up, and there's quiet burners that are bubbling away and strange colored liquids dropping in, and it's just all kind of, it looks like a maelstrom of mess, but it's all, there's a system to it. And you see her go over and start messing with the vials and fine-tuning the rate at which a dropper is helping something to go through. And then she slams her fist down and goes, "Damn it, Hashin! Why is it never easy?"
And as you contemplate what this means for your friend, you look out at the pits just outside your in-house clinic, and there you see Hashin laughing as usual. Hashin,
Yes.
would you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so you see a half-drow holding court. He's sitting on a bench, kind of leaning on his knee, telling a story, being very animated. He's half-drow, so he's got that bronze look, but it's a little bit lighter than normal. He's got red eyes, and he's got a man bun pulled back with a white streak in it, and he's got this, like, really pathetic-looking goatee.
Yes. Cannot wait to make fun of you for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What? What do you want? And he's got some very regal-looking clothing on. It's dark purples and maroons, and you see on his right arm he's got this tribal tat sleeve, and he's got this ring on his right index finger. It's gilded, 3 gold bands that are interwoven with an amethyst-cut gem on it. And as he's talking, occasionally you'll see him twist it back and forth. Usually that's a sign that he's nervous. And he's in there just telling a story to whoever's going to listen. So, what's in front of him?
So, in front of him are a number of the other fighters. Some who you've seen before, Hashin. Some who you have not. Listening to your banter, clearly nervous, you see a very heavily adorned, heavy-armored dwarf who has armor that he is kind of polishing up and bears a crest of one of the houses in the city. A very heavy-looking hammer with a golden gem in it, which, you know, alights with fire when utilized. He is kind of bantering back and forth with you, asking why you're here fighting today.
Well, if you must know, Sadiq friend, I'm here because I want to be, quite frankly. You know, there's only one way to prove you're the best, okay? And it's to fight alongside Ugo, which you'll never have a chance. You're polishing your armor. It's so dirty in there. You're gonna look pathetic in like, a minute, okay? So, kind of step away, let me, when Ugo comes in, I'll stand next to him and he'll see that, like, hey, I'm the guy who's meant to be with him.
The dwarf just shakes his head and turns around and walks away, and with a laugh...
A nice beard, by the way.
He looks back.
Very coiffed.
Kind of...
Oh, you like mine too, huh? See.
He looks... looks away and walks away, and up, walking next to you, another dwarf-like person. This dwarf's skin is black.
Hello?
And you immediately recognize the pitmaster.
Marhaba, how are you?
Dregboo. Yes, Dregboo. Dregboo is his name.
Dregboob. So good to see you again.
Don't say it like that.
Say what? Your name? It's Dregboob.
I'll do you a treat.
Yeah? like a cookie or a baked good? How about some koa?
What's that?
That's coffee. It's very strong.
From Ravnica. That stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Aye. Hey, Vedelkin, come here. And he motions over to a Vedelkin who kind of comes over, and he has kind of markings down the sides of his face, runes that are inscribed or tattooed or something all along the top of his head, as he has a long white cloak. And he looks at you, Hashin. This is one of the fighters you've not seen before, and he says, "May I help you?"
Marhaba, hello, how are you? Who are you?
I am... Well, it doesn't matter who I am.
Okay.
Are you a friend or a foe?
I'm here to win. I don't know. Whatever that makes me.
Dregboo, who is this?
Dregboob, tell him.
He looks at you with a sideways glance. He says,
the arrogance.
"Aye, this is Hashin. Hashin, this is my friend of the House of the Night. He's a representative. I didn't write it down. Of the Nightfall Concordance.
Okay. So
He's the Batal of the Nightfall."
Oh, so you like me, huh?
He looks at you. I am not like you. And he walks away.
Classic.
You know, Drake,
Dream.
people just don't appreciate me and you, huh?
I kind of walking, almost ambling over to you, a very bulbous bodied, what looks to be bear man.
Ooh.
He has a large stick staff and a long kind of straw hat that he wears, kind of almost a flowing kimono and sandals on his feet.
I see your toes.
He comes kind of twirling up to you, and he looks at you. He says, and he speaks in a language that you don't understand. He says so much.
Hello? Marhaba. My name, Hashin.
You see in the door of the clinic, Celine's watching like this. Oh my god. It's my life
He just kind of
difficult.
Idiot, and he keeps walking.
Tell you what, Drake, I mean, everyone here is just a piece of crap. Gosh.
It's all right, friend.
Yes, Sadiq, yes.
I hear you.
Yes.
My name is Rygar. Who are you?
No way.
Rygar, you look like you have a bow there, huh?
Should have watched season
Yes, I'm the best shot in these parts.
Oh! Yeah, we'll see about that, Sadiq, friend. But, Rygar, my name is Hashin al-Sariq. A pleasure.
I
to
can
meet
read these,
you.
right?
Well, I suppose as long as you aren't my mark, then we'll be just fine.
Well,
What'd you say?
I don't believe so. I'm going to be paired with Ugo, the best in the champion of champions. So, we probably won't meet with each other.
You mean him? And he points over to...
Don't point!
and
Can't
as
get
this
that
is
excited.
happening, Hugo, you're standing over in the corner kind of sharpening your sword. Would you please describe yourself?
Sure. So Hugo he's a variant human.
No.
He's in his very early 30s. He's got extremely pale skin, about 6'1", very athletic, and kind of has a very dark brown hair, a little bit below his shoulders. Wears very unassuming clothing. You'll see that it's kind of just black leather pants. It's kind of like a black shirt that's, if you look closely, you'll see that there's a kind of a V slit in it, and you can kind of see the hint of some studded leather armor underneath of it. But it's very, very unassuming. Nothing, he doesn't stand out in any way. From a physical perspective, he just looks to be weary, a little beaten per se. Like he's had a harder life than he should have for the years that he is.
Okay. Roll a perception check, please.
I love it.
Sheen's great.
It would be a 16.
You watch as a half-elf drow, a guy you've seen before. What was his name? Some fanboy.
All the disrespect.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can never remember.
He's
You're incrediboy.
And there's the new villain of the group.
some fanboy you can't remember.
When everyone's Hugo, no one is.
And he seems to be talking to a full-blooded elf, a wood elf, wearing what looks to be golden armor, bronze armor, with a fine-looking bow, long cape, and very well done up. And as you look at him, you kind of take in him. Roll an Arcana check.
24.
Ooh.
Your trained eye perceives that this ranger is somehow tapped into the in-between. The ethereal.
You're talking about Rygar.
I'm talking about Rygar.
Yeah.
Hashin wish.
Hashin.
Yeah. I assumed. I mean,
Hashin is
Okay.
just a guy.
so Hugo stands up, takes his sword, puts it behind him next to his other sword in a cross pattern, kind of walks over, kind of steps right in front of Hashin and looks at Rygar and goes, "There's something different about you."
Oh, nice of you to notice, yes.
You are tapped in to other places, no?
Perceptive one. No wonder you're the best.
I am just a man.
That's not what I hear. I hear you're a legend.
Well, I don't care what they say about me.
Shall we?
I'm letting them have
Yes. Let's.
it. Oh, wait. Nope. Wrong voice. Hey, hold on.
Shall you what?
So, I was telling him all of these.
You hear a voice from behind you.
Excuse me. I'm
No, I don't need my swords polished. Thank you.
this one over here thinks that I want to polish his sword.
The pitmaster looks at you and goes, "Bloody hell, boy!"
Right, shut the hell up. Okay, I get it. Everyone shit on Hashin. I understand, okay? He's fine. Yalla, let's go.
Is that the first double entendre of the campaign? Polishing swords.
Polishing swords? So far.
So Rygar walks away with you, and you continue to speak with him. Hugo. Hashin, you kind of wander around. You see a very large, gray-skinned individual with a long nose and two tusks, holding a giant hammer.
Eh, you wanna partner up, eh?
He looks at you. Piss off.
Well, I hope they cut your tusks off and sell them.
Wow. As the massive Loxodon just kind of turns and shambles off.
Drag boob. Who am I gonna fight with?
He looks and he points to, "Hey, what about that one, boy?" And he points over to a man sitting cross-legged, very long hair that is just kind of eyes closed and tossing between his hands and kind of playing with it through his fingers what looks to be a heft of a blade, cylindrical,
Yeah, pick that one.
about yay long. He kind of seems to be going through some sort of a kata that he's kind of imagining, and then he kind of pushes his hand and you watch as one of the tapestries on the wall kind of move a bit, and then he moves it again and it kind of flutters towards him, and then he kind of goes through the more of his kata, and the blade, the hilt kind of goes up into the air and just stays there, and he centers himself on it before he catches it as a green blade extends forth and then goes back down, and he just continues through the kata, not saying anything, not looking at anyone.
What's that guy look like? What's he look like?
Yeah, what long hair?
Or she?
He looks Well, can't tell if it's a he or a she.
Oh, am I not? I'm not
It's-
there anymore.
You're not there yet.
Yet.
The black hair is almost dreadlocked down past his shoulders, and he has a very Winter Soldier-esque kind of like cover up over his nose
Sick.
and down. Only his eyes are showing. Well, even though they're closed, and it looks like there is plated armor that's very flexibly
He looks like Predator.
made.
That's what you're saying.
Kind of like Predator.
All right, I'll walk up to him so he can make fun of me too.
Ah, you took the bait. Good.
Yes. Okay, Dragboob, I'll try him. Marhaba, friend. Hello. Sadiq, how are you?
Silence.
I like the thingy you do. The twirling.
That thing
You know.
do.
He was, and you see him twisting his ring on his finger. He was pretty neat.
Silence.
The sound of silence.
So I noticed that you don't have a partner. Now I was going to fight with Ugo, but I want a challenge, and it looks like me and you, we could be underdogs and win this thing. Huh? What do you say, Sadiq?
Silence.
Okay. It looks like you're the strong silent. That's good. I'll do the talking for both of us. So you're like melee or something with that sword, huh?
Silence.
Okay, well that's good. You get up there and like I can shoot from a distance, from a very far distance, and just make me look good for Celine, huh? You do that? Let me give you a little secret here.
As you continue to speak, and there are some others. You'd see two yellow-skinned creatures, humanoid, very long arms and legs, almost kind of like disproportionately long. One wields a sword. One hovers above the ground about 2 feet in a lotus position,
This could be a
just kind of hovering.
Seriously.
They are in opposite ends of the room. One is there. Both the one that's hovering has a shaved head with black kind of dots all around it in a long kind of black, almost like Cossack type cloak. Roll a history check.
23.
This is a Githzerai.
Oh.
On the opposite end is a very similar looking individual, except in armor, with a long sword, who's just kind of going through his own sword routines and looking intently at the Githzerai. It is a Githyanki.
Oh, they don't like each other. Mm-mm.
They do not. You also see a creature with bronze skin, about the size of a dwarf, banging on a shield with a flaming hammer, hair aflame. This you know to be an Azur, a creature of flame and molten brass, bronze skin. Very strong. And you also see a fawn, which is sitting in a corner just playing a little lute type of instrument. Sitting there just kind of like singing some song in its head. And there's a bow strapped across its back as well. Horns that kind of come up to a point in the front. Bottom legs, the legs of a goat or deer, and the top legs, top half of a man. No shirt, but does have a cape and kind of scarf that is wrapped around and thrown back. And as this is going on, and you're continuing to talk to this dreadlocked, black-haired man, you watch as a purple-green goblin is escorted into this pit of fighters.
Enter Sheen.
And Hasheen.
So it comes past me.
Yes, the purple goblin kind of comes past you, and Hugo is off speaking with Rygar, and Vexilius is there. Celine, you are now prepared and ready to begin your inspections if you care to go and interact with any of the fighters.
Mm-hmm.
So, Vexilius, you go to the pitmaster, who greets you. Aye. Ooh, small boy.
Good day. I'm here to fight for my house,
And he looks at you.
my master's house.
Aye. And that would be... House...
I don't know. I'm replacing Zedius.
Oh. Oh. Right. So... Replacing House Emberheart, aye?
Yes. That's what I said.
Well... I guess that's what you said. Let's see if you say it after. And he kind of walks away and marks Emberheart off of the list of houses that have produced a Batal. And is there any further conversation, Hugo, you wish to have with Rygar, or Celine that you wish to have with any of the fighters? Or Vexilius, you see all the individuals who I've described that you would care to engage with any of them.
So by that time, I've made it to the line, and you see. All right, hi everyone. I'm sorry to take your time, but if we could just line up quickly so I can make sure you're all in good health before the fight begins, I would greatly appreciate it. Why don't Hugo? I saw you yesterday. I know you're good. Shoulder good.
I am always good.
Okay. Moving down the line then, I would just begin. You just see her hands come up like this, and very gentle, warm, golden glow just kind of begins at the feet of everyone standing there and rises up and then almost inverts and goes back down as I do essentially a medicine check, trying to make sure if anybody's been wounded.
Yep. They all seem to be in good working order physically.
Mhm.
Mentally, you can't speak for all of them. But as you go through one by one, you come to the final individual, Hasheen.
Really twirling his ring. Hasn't stopped.
Hello, Hasheen. How are you today? How's
Hey,
the
Celine,
shoulder?
how are you? Doing good? Huh?
Doing lovely. Thank you for asking. Can I see your shoulder? I know you wrenched it recently. I want to make sure it's all good.
Yeah, you can look at any shoulder you'd like.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look at the one that was injured and make sure it's not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Stand still.
Yep.
All right. And then I would do a check on him as well.
Okay. Shoulder is a little loose in the rotator cuff where he is constantly working his bow.
All right. It's in good shape, but I do want. Pitmaster, how long do we have before the match?
Hey, about half an hour.
All right. I just need his help really quick to help move some boxes in my clinic for my healing supplies. I just need to get that in order, and I'm not strong. So can I just borrow him for just a second?
Of course, he'll probably not. Yeah, take him.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Hasheen, could you come help me in the clinic, please? Quickly?
Yep.
All right, thanks. We'll be right back, guys. And we walk into the clinic, and I just shut the door behind me and I go, so who have you pissed off lately? Just out of curiosity?
It seems to be just about everyone in there, especially Dragboob. He's not too pleasant today.
I told you to be polite with them.
I called him by his name. I didn't call him "Hey, little guy."
I mean, I guess nominal improvements are still improvements, but
I listen to everything you say, Celine.
I know.
I know that one.
You see her like look around and make sure the door's shut all the way. Why was I instructed not to save your life if anything happens today?
That's news to me.
Did you piss off the leader of your house again?
No, in fact, I stopped an assassination attempt on him.
When?
Like, the last days ago.
I don't know why, but I was told not
His
to say.
people are pissed at him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh boy. All
Could wait. Could his people have said, like, this is a clever way to get me out of the way?
All I know is it's a friend of sorts, acquaintance of mine, who let me know. I mean, I'm not gonna listen to what they told me to do. I'm going to try to be subtle about it, but I need you to be careful today. I know you're used to me, like, stopping you from dying all the time.
And you're so good at it.
I
yeah.
know, thank you very much. I
Thank
do
you,
appreciate
Vicky,
your
yeah.
acknowledgement. But if you could just make my job a little bit easier today and not be reckless is the word I'm looking for there.
But,
Who are you fighting with?
I
Can you pair up with Hugo today?
tried. He
What did he said no?
He was a little bit icy, if you will. He told me to polish his sword. I don't know if it was a euphemism.
That's not Hugo. He just, oh my goodness, I'm going
I
to have
feel like
strong
he's
words with
stressed.
him lately.
You know, when you have enough wins under your belt, people want to see you fail, and, you know, it could be that. I think the pressure's getting to him.
Right.
I know.
All right, but
You can always see through me, Celine.
yeah. Anyway, you go back out there before anybody gets suspicious. But just please be careful,
But do you
okay?
need me to move these boxes over here? And he's flexing a little bit. And put them over there?
Well, I mean, it was actually just a bit of a cover, really. But you know, now that you mention
Oh, to
it,
talk to me?
could you move that that really heavy box of the supplies there onto that shelf? It would be nice to have some help with that, actually. Now that you mention it,
Yeah, I guess.
it's a really heavy-looking bug.
You're gonna get him injured before he goes.
He starts pushing it over there. Oh! It's hefty. And he takes his time and gets it over there.
All right. So as you make your way out of the clinic, I do just lay hands on your shoulders. You leave and just like, be careful. And as you're doing it, I would use my lay on hands healing feature to repair the rotator cuff damage.
Okay.
Thank you, Celine.
Better?
I will, I'll make sure they can't see me today.
All right. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
So Hasheen makes his way out. Vixilius, anyone who you care to engage with?
Yeah, the pit boss.
Yep.
Vexilus, although he walked away immediately upon confirming the house, he will follow him for a moment and say,
Excuse me. What are the rules of this engagement?
Aye, wee boy. What was your name again?
Vex.
Aye, Vex. Right. Well, the most important thing is to live and not die. It's gonna be a beast, or beasties, or something. Kill them. Don't die. If those around you fall, let them. The longest to survive makes it through. Not everyone needs to die for this to end. Just enough of them for the round to end. Or you kill the beasties and the round ends. So you're incentivized to work together as a team. But if they fall, that's good for you too. You'll be paired randomly with someone. Mostly randomly. Whoever you're paired with, protect them. Fight together. Or die together. Any other questions?
Do you have weapons available for me?
Well, what do you need?
Well,
Yeah,
I've
vocal
only had
sword.
this stick for a while, but I would prefer to use a long sword.
Aye, let's see what we got. And he takes you over to the armory, and there is all manner of weapons. Anything you could possibly want is there. And you can choose and select whatever weapon you would, as well as armors of all varieties. Essentially, all common weapons are there. Hugo, any further conversations you're having with anyone?
Yes. So as he's walking out with Rygar, he will go, "My name is Hugo, and you are?"
I am Rygar.
And
Rygar Timberlin.
Rygar, why are you here?
Well, I've been bouncing around a lot since I lost my friends, and, well, here I am now, and I hope to get back home one day soon.
Where is home?
The Forgotten Realms, Sword Coast. Do you know of it?
I do.
Yes, I'm from there.
How is it that you are tapped into another plane?
Well, I was in a battle, and an artifact I had of great power teleported me back to the last place I had been. It was a great desert. And there, I was found by, well, my patrons now, and they've promised me information. Well, more like passage, or perhaps revenge. If I help them. And so I am. And so I now fight for the collective, the Nimbus Collective. And
Can I make a history check
as
on
soon
that
as I
name?
find the artifact I seek, I'll be free.
A 22.
22?
We all thought Yanni was the bad guy.
Yeah, what?
We should
Have I ever
stop
heard of the
killing our
Nimbus
characters.
I
Collective?
know.
You have not. Although, based off of the name, the inference would seem to be some sort of clan of cloud giants or something of the skies, given the name. You know that cloud giants are prone to exaggerated names for themselves. Quite a haughty people.
Freaking the
So,
worst.
you are fighting to find an artifact.
Is that him all right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, that I can relate to.
Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Yes, move quick. Stay alive. But most importantly, stay out of my way.
I understand.
With a wink.
And he kind of walks off.
And you all see a 2.5-foot purple goblin wearing regular clothing, dragging a 4-foot long longsword behind him. out of the armory.
I don't
Sling
think
goes, oh, that poor thing is going
I-
to die so fast.
I don't think that one knows what he's doing.
And then, in empty space, you see him pull it up, hold on to it with 2 hands, and start masterfully wielding it and swinging it around in all different directions and ways.
Well,
Oh,
I stand corrected.
okay.
the sword, about a foot taller than he is deftly wielded as he goes through his own kata of sorts with the long sword. Ray.
We're back.
Actually, before we get back to Ray, we can do our
Giveaway.
first giveaway of the night.
Ooh, Ray.
It looks like we did
I'm
get
excited.
10 new subs, so we will be including the large miniature with the 2 medium miniatures at the end of the evening.
Miniature.
So, thank you, community. You are amazing. We appreciate you so much.
You.
Zim, thank you for the gifted subs. Mills, thank you for the gifted subs. I really appreciate that. And all of the new viewers, we appreciate having you here as well. We're going to give away those dice, which I think are a marbleized set. You can see they're rotating away. And if you would like to have your opportunity to win those dice, which is open to folks here in the US, then you can type in to the chat right now for your chance to win ! Intros, INTROS, ! Intros, INTROS, for your chance to win those dice. And of course, stick around. We will be giving away those 3 miniatures, the 2 mediums and 1 large, which are there as well as we get through the evening. ! Intros for your chance to win those dice. Ray. It's been several days now. Well, at least what must pass for a day here. It's interesting. By your sense of things, the days here are longer than what you're used to. You don't quite know how much longer, but there is a darkness that seems to fall, almost forcibly, as if it's unnatural. Because the light that's provided from the seemingly ever-present fire or lava would burn bright all day. But there is a night that falls. And it's been about 10 of those nights by your count. You've had some long conversations with Moshi, who has explained to you that it's possible to reforge your hammer. The staff that he himself crafted into a hammer that you have now shattered at his direction can be reforged. But first you must get yourself to safety before he can entrust that information to you. But you have to keep yourself alive. And with the innate predisposition towards the elemental plane of water that is within you, as well as the elemental plane of air, you seem drawn to the necklace that Morthos always wore. What you heard him refer to as the tear of Vaivon Rano, which he said belonged to his friend Melcine. And Moshi has taught you how to center yourself with it, and how to cast some rudimentary spells through it. In the days that you have been traveling, you have learned a few cantrips. The Shape Water spell. And when he told you the name, you thought it was funny and ironic. The Ray of Frost spell. You also, most importantly, learned how, once a day, for now, until you further master things, should you so choose to do so, to create water. And this is what has kept you alive.
Nice.
As you go through a daily routine of summoning water to yourself and capturing it in your canteens, you have also begun practicing with a new way to fight, with a spear and a warhammer, rather than the massive sledgehammer that you're accustomed to of 2 hands. And so as you've taken to this, you've taken time to practice. It was in the midst of one of these practice sessions as you've moved to the north, where Moshi directed you to go, that you hear a rumbling in the distance. I need you to roll a perception check.
Oh, roll high, please.
First crit!
Did you see that
Right
thing?
with the first crit of the season.
Naturally,
Naturally, right?
She's the best.
That's the good. Yeah.
you don't see anything at first, so much as you begin to feel the hammer in your right hand begin to get pulled in a direction on the other side of what looks to be a ashen berm. You hold to it and you fixate until you hear a scream.
No, knick-knack,
How do you respond?
That's what's happening.
Oh, that's the scream. Okay.
During the
Okay.
quick side note, during the 10
He's not
days
screaming
that
yet.
she was walking and being instructed by Moshi, she ends up changing her hair so she is back in Anam's will, and her one side of the hair is a close shave and the other side is a little bit longer, and in that close shave she has her family crest, which are 3 wavy lines on her hair, and Mariska will get a picture out to you guys so you
Yeah,
can
she
better-
will. Woo! Mariska's got that picture.
Not Mariska, sorry.
No, you said it. You spoke it. She's like, ooh, nice head change.
This will go on all campaign. So her hair is back to its normal, not normal, but it's a new perfection. So she's gonna respond to the voice, and kind of as she's running, she's gonna let the magnetic pull kind of pull her along to help her run even faster. So she's almost like skating towards the sound as well as like running, and it's the first time Ray's kind of had fun in the last couple of days since her friends have been dead, and she's kind of skating across.
Where's she coming from? Do I see her?
So you
Oh no!
you begin to
Coming to
see
you.
I know. I just wanted.
coming from around the berm, which is to your left, as you're kind of being pulled in,
Yeah.
you're trying to resist, and you, out of the peripheral vision of your eye, you see this storm giant child
Woohoo!
that is bounding towards not you per
Yeah.
se, but towards the obelisk with the hammer held in front, as she's got a gleeful smile on her face, just kind of going with it.
Don't touch! Ah!
She'll pull back the hammer. Do you need help?
You try to pull back the hammer. Please roll a strength save.
Let's hope. This is like my one thing I'm really good at. So
Your one thing, she says after having rolled a crit.
Yeah.
My one thing.
15.
15. The hammer continues to pull you as Knick-Knack is being... You're both being pulled towards...
This is less fun.
No, sorry. No.
As you say that, you each get one more save.
Oh, thank God.
And this is at disadvantage because you have both failed the first.
I don't think so.
So party of 4.
I don't
No,
think
I thought
Badger
gave
gave.
it to me.
Did
And
Badger
the
give?
very first of the
Badger,
game.
did you give Ray a advantage?
I thought he did.
Like at the very beginning of the game?
You didn't use it though, did you?
I do not.
Halfling luck.
Oh, you're a gnome! And that character's dead!
Jake, I'm so excited for you.
So you got a 1.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, you did. You did get an advantage.
So I'd roll 1.
Yep.
That's bad.
That's better.
Disadvantaged.
Yeah.
Whoa,
it was
with
a-
advantage.
So cancel.
so-
So cancel.
one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 24.
You get drawn within about 10 feet of the obelisk as you're able to hold. And as you hold and focus and concentrate, you watch out of your peripheral
Oh, no.
as this gnome, clad in armor and a suit, with goggles on.
She can't see the armor.
True. With a suit that brown, kind of gray skin, and a cap on its head, gets lifted off its feet,
Can I try to grab him?
and sure,
Is he within range?
if you tried, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check
Come on, Ray!
with disadvantage.
2 crits. Come on.
They all lean in. This side of the table is just like
10.
moved.
10.
They're just chilling.
As you reach out, you do grab him, but you split your strength, and the
Better than
hammer,
splitting your pants.
Oh.
the hammer flies out of your hand as you grab
Sorry.
Knick-Knack,
Man!
Sorry.
and it
Seriously, I broke my hammer more?
smashes into
Diablo.
the prison
Diablo,
stone,
Oh.
which shatters.
Oh,
Maybe it's like like a Yugoloth, something more docile.
I need you to roll me a d20.
Who? Her?
Yes. Well,
Knick-Knack started this.
sure, Knick-Knack, you
No,
started
it's okay. I don't mind.
Giant.
I don't mind her doing it.
it.
Or was it not enough
You
time?
didn't have enough time.
Okay, that's fair.
Yep.
Party of 4, I guess.
That's what I said.
14.
14.
Yeah.
About
All right.
to die.
So Max,
I
do you have ancestors?
Didn't expect this,
Well,
so
no, nobody-
I will be.
Many.
I'll be right back.
Sorry.
Fill time.
Flashback to inside the pit and go.
Okay.
You guys are gonna.
Okay. Hey, you purple.
Vex is walking around the outside of the outside of the fighting part of the arena, dragging the longsword behind him with his eyes closed.
Purple. Beard. Purple. I know you. How come no one talks to me? I saw you doing a thing with the thing and the sword, and it looked good, and it doesn't look like you're paired up with anyone.
It's obvious now that you're talking to me.
Yeah, purple, little purple.
It's obvious now that you're talking to me, the only purple person who's been called purple.
I presume that we actually are at least acquainted with one another. We've been here a while together.
Oh, have we?
Well, I have.
Oh, okay.
So you've seen him.
What do you need, Hashin?
Finally, someone who talks to me. I don't have a partner.
What is this partner you speak of?
Well, for this battle, from what I've been told, we pair up and we go attack a thing. And I don't have someone to pair up with and attack a thing.
We're gonna die before we
the
get to the.
pit boss told me
Drag boob?
that we will be randomly paired.
Oh, what kind of?
What does that mean?
that was really big.
It means that certain people get to pick who they want to work with. Like Ugo usually works with me, but he didn't this time. So he got to pick who he wanted to, and it's some stupid wood elf. And like I'm pretty well known here, so I think I'd get to pick who I want to work with. And I choose you, Purple.
First choice.
I choose you.
Vex will turn to the rest of the crowd, and he'll yell,
My friend.
Is there anyone who wants me to be their partner?
I do.
Pick me.
The
I was attempting to avoid you as my partner.
pitmaster looks at you and he says,
Oi, little one, it doesn't work like that.
He looks
Like I
at the
said,
machine.
it's random.
But like kind of.
You said
Right? Like kind of.
You said kind of.
Like how come Ugo gets to pick who he wants to go with every time?
That's what the rebellion's gonna be based on.
Oh, piss off, guys. So it can't be all random. Drag boob, you know that.
No one gets to pick.
Oh, okay. So as long as Ugo's down with that wood elf, then I'll believe that.
He won't be with the wood elf.
So it's not random.
The wood elf will be with him.
Don't you drag me like that. I know. I know things.
Aye, what do you know?
That you rig these games and you put people together who you want to be together.
Hey, don't ring anything. I'm the pitmaster. Those Jean out there, they're freet. They run it all. You know that.
You work for them.
I work for them.
And then when they say, hey, put on a good show, right? Hey, we want people to cheer. Hey! You put together people who are going to win and put on a good show. That's why usually you put me with Hugo. But you
roll a
didn't today.
persuasion check.
Wait, am I in 30 feet of him?
You are.
Nah, it's fine.
23. Now, come on!
Kind of without thinking, he responds in kind of the moment.
You know it doesn't work like that. I don't pick anything. They do.
So it's not random, huh?
He kind of
Great googly moogly.
Hey, Purple, me and you, we'll be together yet. Let me work on it.
He closes his eyes and drags his sword around again as he walks around the arena.
Back to that.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Knick-knack and Ray, as
Need
you
another
watch the hammer smash into...
Not good.
My bad!
No, it's alright. It's my fault. It's on me.
You watch as the hammer falls to the ground and the magnetism ceases. You quickly kind of catch yourself, Knick-knack and Ray. You rush over and pick up the hammer, and as you do, you watch as the spider of cracks that form around where the hammer smashed into the prison stone begins to grow.
I'm gonna start pulling him back. I've seen this before! And I'm gonna kind of like push
Both have
him.
advantage. Knick-knack and Ray.
Okay,
Nice.
the spiders begin to grow, and you watch as the red glow of fire begins to shine forth. And as it spreads,
You're gonna die.
you watch as long black fingernails
Oh no.
pierce through.
You guys!
Is gonna enter. I will not let someone else die! And she's gonna stand kind of ready to attack him as soon as he gets out.
Okay, so you have your hammer in one hand
Oh, yeah, I can't
and
do
your
this
spear
anymore.
in the other.
Yes.
Question:
Yep.
if I cast invisibility on her and I'm holding on to her, am I also invisible if she's carrying me?
You are not a possession of Ray, so
Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person.
But she's carrying you in that case, right? Are you going to be able to lift her up?
No. The creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target's person.
That's what's called a two
I mean, it's
for
like a
one there.
backpack. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
I guess if
Lima.
she as long as you are carried by her,
Okay.
sure, I'll let this play out. That's fun.
Oh, you guys are so
Now remember,
important.
invisibility is once she makes an action,
Yeah, it's done.
then it's done.
Yeah.
But as
for
long as
sure.
you are carried by her,
Mm-hmm.
then I guess you would retain that invisibility.
Yeah.
And so you prepare and get in your stance as the spider of light grows.
Get ready, the
Fingernails
glove.
Fingernails pierce through, and you watch as the stone is yanked and pulled, strained for a moment, and then shatters under the force of the creature
Now you've done it.
emerging within.
Mm-hmm.
Team back at the octagon.
Oh, good.
They hear it from there. Oh my god!
You are,
Building anticipation.
you are back being pushed into 2 lines. And you...
Purple.
We'll see.
They are pushed into 2 lines, and then the light goes dark as you are lifted
Yeah.
up on a platform that ascends upward. You see nothing except you hear the sound of bzz, bzz, as magical bonds are taken between you and another. Is there anything that the 3 of you wish to do in this moment?
I'll hold my hand up so that I can be attached to someone instead of someone's ankle. I'll try to be attached to an arm.
I like it. Good thinking.
All right. Hugo, Hashin.
I'm going to cast my bow into my right hand.
Okay, so your bow is equipped. You saw Hugo. You kind of tried to get as close to him as you could.
Yeah.
He was 1 person in front of you,
So close.
and like 1 between you. So 2 ahead of you and 2 the right. So are you trying to do anything else?
Excuse me, could I stand there?
Still trying to get with you. I love it.
You say that to the Vedalken, and the Vedalken looks at you and just says, "Oh, piss off," and steps back.
It's
And
funny, that's what your coffee tastes like.
Oh, man.
lets you step up.
It's dark for everyone. Can I see anything with my devil sight?
You see everything.
So do I.
No, it's magical darkness.
I have devil sight.
You see everything.
2 of us.
Where am I in
So
relation
you
to this
see.
platform?
Well, I forgot that you had devil sight as well. You see all of this. You know.
Super
Well, you knew
combo.
exactly
I have
where.
the natural way through a pact with a patron. He
I
had
made-
to petition the chat.
I made so many pacts.
You both see this. You watch a couple feet behind Hashin as he steps up and gets right next to Hugo, who is
On the wrong side of it.
right next to Hugo. Hugo, are you doing anything?
I assume we're getting ready to walk into battle, right?
You are being raised into the octagon
I mean-
right now.
So I know that's what's happening.
Yes,
Then
yes.
I will cast Shadow Blade.
Okay, you cast Shadow Blade.
Nice.
Any other preparations?
I assume I've walked into like a little area right off the arena floor.
Yeah, you are raised up, and you are. Well, I'll show you where you are.
Oh, good.
We'll get there. And you are greeted by a massive stadium as the darkness is pulled back. You are raised up, and you see that the Vedalken and the
Is that Poe?
and Poe are paired
You guys are about
together.
to get your butts handed to you by Poe.
You see, oh, I forgot to grab the other one. Gosh darn it.
You can flash back to them and they'll just scream for a minute while you go get it.
You see that Rygar and the dwarf are paired together.
Oh, okay.
I guess it is random, huh?
You You see that the Githyanki and the Fawn
Oh, I thought it was gonna be the Githzerai.
are paired together.
Kill themselves.
You see that the Githzerai and the Loxodon are paired together.
Oh, we're still left.
You
Big
see...
money, no whammies, no whammies.
Are you gonna be? He's gonna be by himself.
No, it's true.
Somebody paid for it. Yeah.
I need to go get that figure because
Okay.
I'm misnumbered. And we flash back to Ray and Knick Knack, who are deciding how to save themselves. Go.
Yep. And you just see Knick Knack run, and he jumps up onto her quadricep. No. We gotta run, and invisible. You're invisible now. And don't attack. Just run. Just
But he's
just
gonna
run.
kill other people.
Should have
You
turned
don't
her
know that.
arms into
Run away.
trees. You don't know
How
that.
does
You don't know
this
that.
get
We're in the
here?
middle of the desert. It might die. You don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Let's go.
I know it's not something new. I've seen them before, and they did almost kill us.
You haven't. Just trust me.
Fingernails are still coming around slowly.
I've cast invisible. As long as you don't do anything and don't drop me, we're invisible. Okay? Knick Knack? Yeah.
I don't even.
Hi.
I don't even know you.
My name's Knick Knack. You can call me Knick Knack, okay? Great friend. I'll do anything. Let's go. Sorry about. Yeah. Sorry. Can we go?
Okay.
Can we go now, please? Shoved it into. Wait, what's the thing? Play in
yeah.
reverse, Terry.
Yeah. You
Reverse.
could. Yeah. Just. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go that way. That way. Yeah. Run. It's okay. We live today. Fight tomorrow. Yeah.
That is not a motto I live by.
Well, maybe new motto.
I'm gonna trust you, Nick.
Yeah. Knick Knack. Yeah, that works. Run.
Okay.
Shh, run.
I don't feel good about this though.
Run.
Definitely.
All right. You
I've cast invisibility.
cast invisibility. You begin to run, and at the same time you begin to run, you see something approaching very quickly towards you. And it looks like a ship, a boat, a skiff of some sort, and you see the sand, the ash beneath it is just kind of being blown up to the sides and is approaching directly in your destination. I need both of you to roll perception checks.
I'm. Oh gosh, not as good at that anymore.
9.
14.
Ray, you see this as well, though it's hard for you to make out.
His arms are covering my eyes. Where
And
he's
you're
holding up.
and you're at the same time also like looking back over your shoulder at this creature's features that begin to emerge from the smoke and ash and plume of debris that has been kind of settling around it, which we'll get to in a moment.
Still think we should fight.
Run.
Knick Knack, you look ahead and you see on the skiff what look to be 2, 3, 4 red men, large, black hair, with long spears. You look closer, and then your eyes widen in recognition as this is an Ifriti hunting party.
Yeah.
You know that the Ifriti are fire genies, and they are the masters of the realm in which the city of Brass is located. They are slave traders, and will regularly seek to round up the things within the wastes around the city of Brass that catch their attention, and it seems your magic bean drew their view.
So you went into an area knowing that things pick up other things there just to plant a freaking magic bean?
Well, no. You'll find. I was looking for other. Yeah.
you begin to rationalize in your own mind.
The inner
As
machinations
the inner
of
monologue.
my
You
mind
see them
are
quickly
hidden.
approaching you, and you see, as they get within about 100 feet, smiles that cross their face as their gaze seems to be passing beyond you. Until they get to about 50 feet within you, and both of you, the invisibility drops. As you turn, and you...
And I go.
You know, right? Roll an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Shoot.
16.
On the front of the skiff, you see 3 large eyes.
Ooh.
The eyes
Like
of a beholder.
Yep.
Oh.
The central eye of a beholder.
That sucks.
And they are pointing out and covering the entire front focal point of the ship, of the area, as your magic drops.
Yeah, and knowing it doesn't matter, I go, hide. And I jump off and I start digging in, under the sand. And
Ray looks at I'm 8 feet! Where am I gonna hide?
As you say that, you hear a behind you as the creature roars. We flash back to those individuals in
not have
the
gone
stadium. You see the
You're going to
Azer
out too.
and the Kendim have been paired.
Kendim.
That's a strong one right there. That grouping. I'd put money on that one.
You see our friends, Hashin and Vexilius.
Ah, purple! I told you. Real quick. Can you see in the dark?
Why do you ask this?
I have a plan.
Yes.
We're working on minis for the parties themselves, so for now, I know it's going to be tough, but I can put colored rings on the bottoms at least, if that would help.
Can you put our old character ones on for now?
I could,
Oh no, it
No.
hurts too much.
Hurts so
but
good.
finally,
It's emotional trauma.
finally you watch by himself. Hugo emerges.
Oh, he's so cool, that Hugo.
Dude,
And-
they have such little faith in you, they still paired you up with someone. Oh, that's
And taking her position, overseeing the entire arena, is Celine. As she stands in an overlook position, you look around you, and there are 8 massive chains that hold the arena floor as it gently sways. Beneath you, you hear the crackling of lightning and fire as it consumes an ever-burning magma and volcanic ash that just kind of boils far below. The walls go up about 100 feet above you before they then ascend back into many, 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 many rows, more than you can count, of seats that are filled with all manner of creature, monster, and genie alike.
Oh boy.
You see at the tops of the pillars that hold the chains what look to be massive arcane projections of the combatants below. And they're in the 100-foot kind of the 100 feet immediately closest to the arena. There is what looks to be stone, but you who have been in this before know that it's actually a magical effect. Behind that are the seats of the elite, who sit and watch on level with you, who have magical protection of their identities and of their
Magma.
well, of their ability to engage with things and manipulate
Pull a
things.
Katniss Everdeen.
And so, at the peaks of the wall, there is fire,
Cheaters.
and then there
That's what I
are
call it.
just thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of creatures watching this display. As you emerge, a massive cheer goes up, and you hear a voice that rings out. On behalf of the Sultan, for your pleasures, the Batal of the great houses to cheer. Place your wagers. Watch who lives and those who die at the whim of Sultan. More cheers go on. Each of you begins to get nervous.
Please be careful.
Let's see who our hunters have brought forth today.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. As I just stand in the middle.
As you all stand around this runic kind of circle, which glows with arcane energy and seems to be ready to receive some sort of teleported prey, you each have the ability to place yourself and prepare yourself wherever you would go.
Can I combine, just as a future reference, subtle and distant metamagics?
Nope.
Say, I know there's one you can combine, right?
Empowered, I think. Does it say you can?
Hashin
say
and
anything.
Vexilius, where would you guys like to go? You do need to stay within 5 feet of each other at all times.
Or 30 feet of Celine.
Do we know what these things do? Do they stop magic? The shackles?
They just bind you together. They
So-
don't stop magic.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
If you move, then your partner is compelled to move with you.
Okay.
Purple, where you want to go?
I mean, everybody's backing up. We just back up.
Yeah, we back up.
I pressed digitate, or I'm sorry, I minor illusion us really close to the center.
Okay, so like a representation of you guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Shackles off my feet.
I gotta change my music.
Oh, I see you put yourself out there, and then I also assist in that minor illusion by adding my own minor illusion.
And then I look down at you and go, okay, Purple. Okay.
while-
I didn't know we were the same.
Oh,
Watch what we do next, huh?
Same but different.
while you're backing up, Celine whispers under her breath and uses the message cantrip, and she goes, Hashin, I can't help you unless you're within 30 feet of me. You need to come over to the other side. Okay, just stay alive. Please.
Where are you? That person?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Selena's up here, which is about 20 feet above the arena.
Do they want me, like, reviving people on command, or am I just there to clear people off? as
You're
it-
to keep alive those who you have been told.
Oh, right,
which,
okay.
for your reference,
Yeah, please.
are Hugo, which you have been told to keep alive.
Okay.
Obviously.
Rygar,
Mm.
who you have been told to keep alive.
There's so much I could do, you guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's this guy's name again?
Oh.
Convenient.
And Voss.
Classic.
Hugo would actually move.
Hugo Voss?
Hugo Voss, I like it.
It's Quinlan Voss.
Oh.
Hugo
Oh,
would
I know
actually
him.
move
I know
right in
him.
front
Predator.
of Celine, knowing that she's above.
Yep. So she is directly above you. So those are the 3 you've been told to keep alive.
And I'm going to tell the Purple after she talked in my head, we need to move closer to Celine so she can keep us alive.
And
Celine's, like, looking at all the people and thinking, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hugo would like to make a perception check.
In time.
Okay.
He specifically, ooh, that's gonna be great. 24. He wants to look at the emotional state of every person on there. He's really trying to rank them from
Threat to no
strongest,
threat.
yes, strongest to weakest.
Okay, and what was your insight?
24.
Insight was 24?
Oh no, that was perception. Was 24.
Okay.
Insight is also a 24.
No,
Okay.
you're welcome.
So, the dwarf looks very scared. So does the fawn. They both look like they are afraid of what's going to happen.
They should be.
The Loxodon looks like he's getting angrier and angrier and angrier.
Bog's a barbarian.
So he's trying to just build up a rage,
Rage.
to go into. The Vedalkin looks intense and not necessarily showing emotion, but clearly fixated on the task ahead. The Githzerai and the Tanuki, as well as the Goblin, all have a very calm demeanor about them.
Mm.
Rygar has his bow out and just looks ready for action.
Classic.
The Githyanki is kind of looking around at the spectacle of it all and just almost in awe of the throng of this humanity that is cheering for you all and kind of caught up in the moment. The Azur is shaking and clearly afraid. Hashin, how are you?
Sheen is talking, as he always is. He's talking to Purple, like he's half bent over.
Love
He's
that his
got
name
his
is
bow
Purple.
in his right hand. He's gesturing wildly, like, so, yeah, and then you see something pops in the middle, and then we go kill it. And it's fairly simple, and you hear the people, they'll cheer for Ugo a lot, but then us, because we're gonna do well.
Hold on. I need to roll to see if I'm gonna waste Kai points on the silent spell on you. No, we're good. But I thought about it. That's great.
So he's got like one eye on the middle and one eye on his partner, because he knows you vaguely, but he's never fought with you, and he's actually judging you as well to try to keep you calm.
You've calm
Aw.
emotions.
No, I do not.
So with that being said, Hugo will actually take a step to his right. I will help you. You help me.
I look up at him,
Oh yeah.
and then I look up at him,
He's,
and I
Hugo
say,
pays you no attention. He just focuses on that.
I look up at him, and then I look back up at him, and I go,
All right.
What you need?
My chopped liver.
Well, the one
Together.
that is attached to you, that does not shut up. He is pretty good from afar.
Shit.
I take it you are good with the sword. No?
yes.
All right. I will stay close.
Are they all at this moment within 30 feet of me?
They are.
So I would be. I don't know if you can ready a settle casting of something.
You're not in combat yet, so you can.
Yeah, I'm just watching for like the moment it starts.
Ugo, question.
Yes.
You're talking over my head, so I
Yeah.
take the sword and I put it into the ground and lift myself up and balance, so I'm at
It's
your head.
actually an
I'm head
impressive
level.
feat of acrobatics and
Yeah,
athletics.
some forearm strength there, eh?
My arms are shaking
Yes.
a little bit though.
This one will keep you alive.
Oh, I know, if it gets near me, but it won't. Can you see in the dark?
I cannot.
Cheat. Okay. We'll figure this out.
At about that time,
This.
you watch as the arcane runes begin to glow even more brightly. The 3 triangles begin to light up. One in the color of red, one in the color of brown, one in the color of white, kind of light.
Hugo prepares to cast Fireball.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The colors of earth, wind, and fire.
Fire in there.
And around the outside, you watch as more yellow runes emit. Hugo, you know that once there is an initial teleportation of creatures, there's an initial field of energy, a force field, if you will, a wall of force that nothing can get through until they initiate. And so you watch as there is, at first, a swirl of energy. And lying face down, rear end up in the air.
Just no.
You see a gnome.
Bad. Where did the ash go?
The ash
And it,
As the gnome kind of stands up.
cheering for me, yeah. Knick-knack, yeah.
Quickly follow behind a larger than all the rest on the field, including the Loxodon, is a storm giant with a half-shaved, very close-cut hair and kind of a pixie cut down the other side.
Cool.
With a massive hammer, even larger than the Loxodon's hammer, with a arcane glowing orb that has kind of an eccentric orbits of gold and platinum within it. It is mesmerizing to look at. And in her left hand, there is a spear that emerges. And she immediately gets into a stance and looks around, wide-eyed at everyone there.
What is going on?
Is her voice picked up like a megaphone?
What do I see right then?
You see before you an Azur that is linked to a humanoid with dark dreadlocks and a glowing green sword. Next to them, a panda bear looking monk that is chained to a Vedalken with glowing hands. You turn, next to them you see a wood elf with his arrow trained on you that is chained arcanely to a dwarf in heavy armor. You quickly turn behind, wise eyes growing wider as you see a Loxodon, massive, and it is eyes trained on you with a hammer, smaller than Ray's. Next to them, a Githzerai that is getting into a stance, ready to charge. Turning next to them, you see another person with a bow that doesn't have a string. That's weird. And a small goblin? Purple? What? And you see Hugo. Oh, you heard of him. Oh, crap. And next to Hugo, you see a fawn. And next to the fawn, next to the satyr, you see a Githyanki that is just actually not looking at you. Is looking at the Githzerai intently.
Not.
That's all that appears in the center. Is just the two of them.
Do I see like? Where's Ray?
Can I
Ray's
insight
right
the
behind me.
situation, see if I need to kill these two people?
Oh, you need to kill him.
You need to roll for that.
I'd like to. I don't know if it's history. Has this ever happened before in the arena where it's not been a creature? It's been, I mean, what appears to be a
roll history.
Round 1. Fight!
Are me and Ray aren't
a 13.
13?
Meaning, like, does this seem abnormal to Hugo?
This is not abnormal.
Okay, so this is
There are
normal.
times when this happens. However, you know that by rule, the individuals, humanoids who appear, can join in the fray if they are not killed by the other combatants.
Oh gosh.
And then the only way they can get free is if they fight alongside you through all of the all of the rounds.
Okay.
So
You
if
know
Hugo knows that.
that's not been explained to them. That's basically on the, as you know, because you're the longest tenured here. You know that it is on them, or on you to basically give them that.
As soon as he would see him appear, Hugo would walk right towards them.
Okay, you can walk up to the wall of force.
Up to the wall of force. Yep.
And as the crowd cheers and goes crazy, you step forth, and all of the other combatants kind of look to you, taking their cue from what you're going to do.
You have two choices.
Yeah.
Join and fight or die.
Oh, I'm good with that. We're with you. Yeah.
And you?
I cannot die.
Oh, well.
Well, I don't care.
That's
Then
why
you
I'm with
fight.
her. As I'm trying to climb back. I'm trying to climb back on Ray's back. Look,
Hugo.
You ready? I'm ready. Let's fight. Let's fight.
Hugo kind of turns around and kind of plays to the crowd a little bit and goes, "They choose to join us."
As Hugo's voice reverberates throughout the crowd, there's another cheer as you hear a bzzzt,
Something
as
bad.
You two are magically bound, and you turn and step out of the center just as you see for the first time
What
did
you
we
brought
bring?
into
What did we
this
bring?
world.
What did we
Oh
bring?
my goodness!
a massive
Bugbear?
form of flesh with small black wings, its body covered in both flabs of fat and sinews of muscle, open wounds, stinking and festering, oozing out this acidic pus as it kind of roars and turns and regards all of you. You see a massive face like a boar with huge tusks as it just begins to, the winds begin to flap ever so slightly as it alights into the air, and around its neck are a sling of skulls of all manner of humanoids as a boar demon, otherwise known as a Nalfeshni,
Would I know that?
has emerged.
Cool.
Um,
Cool.
Not on purpose. The magic being worked though. That's exciting. Yeah. But this is.
And
it's
with
random.
that excitement, I need you all to roll initiative as the wall of force drops and the combat begins.
Ooh.
And they're still right there. They didn't get a chance to move out of the
They
way.
did not.
Okay.
Wait, am I included in this, Ross? I'm assuming.
Yes, you are.
Oh, nice.
So the spell that I had prepared, do I get to now cast that? Or was that kind of?
You
know
knew
how-
you know as soon as that wall of force drops, you can let loose something that you've been holding.
So I'm going to do this with a little bit of flair. So Hugo kind of, after he says, to the crowd that they're going to join us, he kind of turns around. He can just kind of tell when the field drops, and he just goes and drops a fireball right on top.
Okay.
But he's going to aim it to the bottom, the southwest side, to avoid the two that are joining.
Thank you.
Okay, so you are dropping this fireball.
You get to be the fireball
gonna hit
person now.
Poe?
Are you doing it in the air? Are you hitting
the-
any of your allies?
I am going to try to. I mean, it's a 20-foot
Sphere.
sphere, right? So
Yes, it's a
to me,
sphere. So
Radius.
How tall is it? The thing?
Oh.
So it's 40 feet
Like,
across.
could he knock this thing in the head?
Is it
without
really
even getting
40 feet
Ray?
across?
20-foot radius.
20-foot
Yeah,
radius.
yeah.
Oh, it is.
it
How,
could.
how tall is this thing though? Because you can aim it at a point.
Yeah,
in
that's
Yeah.
what I'm
space.
saying.
He could aim it into the air and kind of explode it
That's
into the air.
what we're going for, some theatrics for the fans here. That's
Yeah.
really. I'm not like. I'm really not trying to like.
As it goes over top of all of us.
Yep.
Remember, he's been here long enough. I mean, there's a reason he's the crowd favorite.
Isn't he the best? Yeah.
So yeah, if there's a way I can angle that to not
You do.
just
And-
to blow it up on
And
him.
it explodes, and it needs to make a dexterity save.
That is correct.
Okay. That's cocked. That's a 19 on the die.
Ooh,
Might be
Um,
negative though.
probably not.
The dex is. I won't say.
Yeah,
It's a
almost.
19.
that will pass. So he'll take only 13. That is halved. It was
13.
26.
All right, and then you watch as he kind of smiles and gleefully goes into this combat, licking his tusks and teeth as he also resists the fire damage.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh snap.
Good to
As you know, let's
Where's
see,
Marishka
Hugo,
when you
you
need
know
her?
this. Celine, you know this. Knick-Knack, you know this. And Hashin and Vexilius, please roll either history or arcana checks, whatever you prefer.
History. Missed.
No.
15.
6.
Vexilius, you've never seen anything like this. You've heard stories of devils and demons and something like this. Hashin, you know that this is a Nelfeshni. It is a demon of the abyss. Uncommon here in the city of
I
Brass.
wonder how it got here.
You have seen, and in this confluence of the elemental planes, you've seen plenty of devil.
Don't worry, we
But
got
devils
Hugo.
are lawful. They will strike deals and be bargained with, which happens in the shadows here all the time.
Who, the shadows?
A demon is only around to destroy. It is very odd that there would be a demon in these games. Hugo, very odd that there would be a demon brought in from the pits. Something strange must have happened or been uncovered out there.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so I forgot to ask about this, but I said I was going to cast the moment something appeared.
Yep.
Would I be able to? I already forgot who was who. Would I be able to get Hugo, Hashin, and Rygar in the radius of Bless, or no?
Bless is what, 30 feet?
30 feet.
Only Hugo and Hashin.
And Vex.
Vex
And/or
technically,
Vex.
as well as the satyr.
Yeah, but she doesn't need to save me.
No, I don't.
Yep.
And I don't know you.
I don't like being blessed.
You do
anyway.
see that Vexilius is chained to Hashin.
But
And
yeah.
generally, as a partner goes, so goes the partner.
Okay. So the moment that thing appeared, you would just see me. Well, you wouldn't see me. So meta magic, baby. I'm not Marishka anymore. I
Who's that?
just
Yes.
subtly cast bless on them, and nothing visible happens at all, and nothing. There's no effects. I just cast it and it happens.
What is it? Add a D4.
You have a D4 to attacks and
What was
saves,
your initiative?
even more importantly.
I need the answer to this question.
20.
So you three are blessed.
18. I have a plus
And
5.
that is an amazing level 1 spell.
You know what that is, right?
Nope.
While you, Celine, are concentrating. Okay, that is a concentration spell.
Yep.
Very good. And
And you just hear it go. Oh.
now we have combat. As the Nalfeshni is brought into being. 21 to 25.
23.
23.
Okay, I did not make up your new cards yet, so
Oh, that hurts.
Yay, Morphos!
Well, it's +4.
Mine's plus
Hey,
5.
Killian!
5. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Oh, great.
19. I'm sorry, 16 to 20. 16 to 20.
20.
18.
What did you roll? Halfling luck.
All right.
JB, all right, Ray, all right.
I'm definitely playing halflings from now on after this.
Always.
Celine
7.
and Hashin.
I rolled a 6.
Does
You rolled a 1.
Does initiative
Nice.
count as a saving throw? Can he add a D4 to that?
Please take
it is
Marishka
not.
off and switch it with an enemy name. Or
Boss.
Mobius. Thank you very much.
No,
Oh,
change it out for boss, because let's be real. We all
Okay,
know.
okay.
Well, I'll be a boss.
Okay.
No, you are the boss.
Ooh!
Oh, Dove.
Oh, one!
Dove doesn't have some good stuff.
Oh.
We don't associate with Marishka anymore.
Good time for an ad about our other
I don't know
podcast.
what I'm going to do yet.
It's true.
We can do that later, yeah.
Yep.
All right, so as the crowd roars, as this boar demon, this Nalfeshni, appears festering with pus and ooze, spittle flying from its mouth as it roars at you. For the sake of efficiency, I'm going to move all of the other pairs on the enemy's turn.
Yep.
Right.
Just
Otherwise,
because
we'll be
it
here
would
till
just
next
take
Thursday.
too long, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, Knick-Knack,
Yep.
you are first to act as this massive mound of flesh appears. It's back to you currently. The stench immediately beginning to overwhelm you.
So I'm gonna try to climb on Ray's back.
Okay.
Let's do this together, okay? Yeah.
I got you, knick-knack,
All right.
knick-knack.
Yeah. And then you see him reach back into his bag, and he brings out this small jar.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say I have 3 of these made already.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
3,000.
Why not?
He's agreeable.
And so Ray sees this small little jar come out. It's a jar of acid, and then I almost said Killian.
Don't drop it on me, don't drop it on me, don't drop it on me.
Watch this. And then he uses catapult. He casts catapult on it and slams it into the back of this.
Hot dog!
Okay, so you are
Ooh.
They have
you
hot
are
dogs here?
utilizing. You are carried by Ray, who is invisible. Did you cast him? No, you didn't recast that.
No, I didn't recast
Okay,
it.
but you're being carried by Ray.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
so go ahead and roll your catapult damage, and then add in.
Well, it's a dex save.
Dex save.
Yep.
Okay. That is a 13.
Nice.
That fails.
So go ahead and do the bludgeoning damage, and then add in the I think it's 2d6 from an acid vial as well.
Yeah, and I actually think the jar holds it's 2 vials in the small jar, so it takes several days.
So he's got 6.
That's
of
what I'm
them,
just
really.
saying. I've got 3 jars
Okay.
which hold up to the
So
2 vials.
so 46 damage.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sure.
46.
46. I heard. I need
46
Woo!
damage.
D8
As
and
spoken by the
46?
DM.
I need more D8s. D8, 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 D8,
It's a good little spell.
D8.
The acid will probably do nothing.
Gives it a nice exfoliation.
12. So 16 bludgeoning.
A chemical peel.
Not very good.
Okay, 16 bludgeoning.
And then
You watch as it takes the bludgeoning damage, but
Mhm.
seems to
resist that.
resist
too.
it.
Cool. And then what is the
It's 46.
46.
46? 8 and 8 is 16.
16.
Yeah.
All right, and that is taken in full.
Nice.
Ooh.
It probably gonna fight us now.
I'll protect you.
It is now.
I'll heal you. How about
Hugo's
that?
turn.
Yeah.
So Hugo will first use his bonus action to go into his blade song,
Who is
Okay.
this celestial?
and he will.
Describe how you do that.
No.
So
So
is the force
Not
field
in
still up
D&D.
or no?
Nope.
No, it's down.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
so he just kind of starts
Barbarian.
walking towards the creature, and he reaches behind him, and he pulls out both of his swords, which aren't actually his sword.
I don't
One of
know
his now
if
is,
that's
which is his shadow blade, that he is wielding, and the other one is his actual sword.
Yep. Is that a concentration spell?
It is.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
And
Continue.
and as he starts walking up, you'll see him that he kind of starts moving in a dance. And as he starts getting closer, it's faster and faster. And the faster he goes, you start to hear a hum actually start kind of reverberating from his swords as they're moving through the air. And
This
as-
catches Knick-Knack's eyes. and
Knick-Knack
ears.
sees that, and the Kendim at the bottom also watches with an impressed eye.
Yeah,
Very
it's
pretty
almost
sound.
it's almost like a dance as his feet are sliding across the gravel or across the arena floor, and as he walks up, you can see his mouth starts to utter a word, and next thing you will see is a boom come off the end of his shadow blade as he casts booming blade and makes his attack.
Okay, so you move up to the creature, and you make your attack.
With guidance. So D4 added.
I tell you,
Guys?
that Ugo's so cool.
I mean, bless. Yeah.
23 to hit.
That hits.
So Oh, by the way, I cast Shadow Blade with a level 3, so it is 3d8.
Noise. It's not good. It's immune.
Well, if it is, we'll find
it's
out.
psychic damage.
Psychic damage.
Yep.
Not many things are immune to psychic.
Psychic.
Yeah.
Except for the
So that would be 19,
19.
and that's his first attack.
Okay.
And kind of as he then turns around, he swings again with the Shadow Blade a second time.
You also get to add a modifier.
Do I for that?
It's a weapon attack. Yeah.
So then I get to add a +4 to that, so it'd be 23.
Nice.
Okay.
Is that with my D4 as well?
The D4
That's
doesn't add the
the
damage,
only-
just
yeah,
as it's a
just
hit.
only the
Oh,
attack.
I didn't know. I thought we were
Yeah.
calculating.
So he'll
the
swing
hits.
around a second time and strike again with the Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Nice.
This is not
No
booming
no
blade.
Blooming Blade. Yeah,
Yep.
correct.
No booming
Booming
babes out
babes.
here on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
field,
Babes.
except moi.
So that would be 16.
16 does not hit.
Oh, no, yeah, hold on. I actually got to roll the attack. I rolled the damage. I was cocky. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
All right, so then it's 16.
Okay, very good.
Nice. That's a good round.
And as he's
Alright.
done, he kind of puts it down before him and just...
The creature screams out as it is now Vexilius's turn.
Vex! Okay.
Just scream his name.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. It will use one of its actions, its legendary
Oh,
actions.
wonderful.
Oh, good.
You're welcome,
You do this,
everybody.
it goes fine.
No, it kind of emits an aura of stench that
Oh.
begins to go out forth from it. I need you, Ray, and Knick-Knack, and Hugo. I need each of you to make Constitution saving throws with disadvantage because of your proximity.
So I get to roll it straight since I have advantage?
Yes. And you have advantage because of
I took the
you took
resilient
the
feat.
resilient. Well, that gives you proficiency, not advantage.
Well, I will tell you, I have advantage according to D&D Beyond.
On
made
Constitution
to,
saves,
on,
yeah.
Yep.
There's a reason. There is a reason I can't remember what it is. But go, yeah. So roll. So
Okay.
you're rolling it straight,
With a D4.
and you do add a
And
D4.
Are you singing?
20.
Is that why?
I am.
That passes.
That's why.
That's probably
You have
why.
advantage on
I
Constitution
do.
saves when you're singing, blade singing.
That's it. That passes.
But I thought that's just to maintain concentration.
I think you're right.
Let's look. Well, then.
I'm sorry, I don't want to mess your
Can
character.
you, wait, can you wait till after this turn?
Max is like, he can't do that.
It doesn't matter. I created on the second one. So.
Woo!
It would be a 17.
17. Is that what you rolled? Yeah. So that all three of those. Yeah.
Pass.
Pass. So you are able to pass within the stench.
That's
Um,
a stinky one.
It is stinky, but you are not gagged, and you are able to proceed towards it. And okay, that was its reaction, and it is now Vexilius' turn. Or legendary action.
Vexilus, seeing the situation, does not care one bit, and he will. He's gonna shadow step. Is there a shadow behind the monster? Is he casting a shadow?
Sure, a little one
Yeah, that's all it takes. I'm little.
right here.
Oh, bye.
Oh. All right, I'll shadow step there.
Okay,
Does it work?
you, both of you, get
Yes!
teleported right next to there.
Okay.
Fan out the window.
I am less effective here.
And with that, Vex will take his sword. And
Both of you need to make Constitution saves.
I do not.
They're both blessed. I don't know why I keep saying guidance. They're both blessed, so add a D4.
You do not, because you do not need to.
With disadvantage?
With your Yep.
With disadvantage?
Disadvantage, yep.
Oh, really?
I forgot about you though. Sorry.
You
dude.
have a D4. You can add a D4.
Did.
Okay.
I was hoping I would be
It's a dark
separated
time
from
adding.
him.
15.
15. passes.
Oh, thank God.
That is the number needed.
That's the blessed action, baby.
It was.
The bless got you there.
All right, I'm
I will
hitting.
take credit for every success we have. As Carissa.
So you both can attack unabated.
I will swing because I shadow stepped.
You
I
are
have
right in
advantage.
its anal region.
I mage hand deodorant right up its ass.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
Stunning strike.
Stunning strike. Natural 20.
Oh,
Okay.
Mark off that key point.
Okay.
Hey, that's a good job though. You hit it.
And I do damage.
In the
Yes.
Achilles.
Hey, that killed a man.
Yeah.
So-
There's
one
an
time.
10 slashing.
10
damage.
slashing. All right.
And I will attack again.
Yep.
Can I flank him by moving 10 feet around? Is that a strategy I know about?
Yeah, you would know this. You're being dragged along, Hasheen.
Yep.
And you kind of end behind. You're in between the Nalfeshni, or behind. Vexilus is between you and the Nalfeshni.
Hey, no brown eye we're looking at. now.
22
Let's
to
do-
hit.
22 hits.
Yes. Stunning strike.
Come on.
Get him.
I'm having
That
flashbacks.
is a what's the save? It's a con or wisdom. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even look
I
at
think
it.
it's con.
It's whatever you're worse at.
Con saving throw.
That's what I thought. That is a unnatural 20.
Oh,
Scheiße.
Big monsters suck.
maybe I
And
should have taken Bane.
the damage is 15.
The damage is 15. Oh, that was a good damage.
Max damage.
Luis.
Nice, nice, nice.
Hey, purple. Good job.
And I will move.
Move back.
Yeah, straight back to the clear wall there.
Here?
Yep.
Do you have mobility?
I do not.
So you're gonna take the op attack.
Okay. So he takes a
boy.
swing at you.
I can't because he already used his reaction.
It was legendary
Ah.
action. I did say reaction,
You
but I
did.
misspoke. It was
It's
legendary
alright.
action.
It's okay. I tried for you.
Yeah, that was good.
That is
Thank I appreciate you.
a 25. As he claws out at you,
Mm-hmm.
That's got it.
and you take
I don't think any of us
20
are that
points
high.
of slashing damage.
Okay.
Oh, that looked like it hurt, purple.
Watch him get hit next to you.
Ooh. Ah.
Oh boy.
As the Nalfeshni now gives out a roar and kind of rears up on its wings and just
Farts.
kind of looks forth and flies forward and goes to smash into the Vedelkin and the
Can always count on the way to laugh at
bear
the fart
and
joke.
tries to knock them off of the
He takes 11 more damage then.
with this thunder. Yep.
Thunder damage.
Do we get an opportunity attack?
And yeah, do we all
you
get an
each
opportunity?
attack?
All three
yeah.
of us?
Sure.
What are you gonna do?
Add your D4s.
I'm gonna.
Add your D4, Ray.
punch
Wait,
it?
you're not blessed.
Ray's not blessed.
I can imagine it though.
Is he still stenching all
This
those
is gonna be
guys?
so hard to remember.
16.
Yeah, it goes with him. It's in a 15-foot.
Oh.
Gross.
Ooh.
16?
How do I get that?
16. That does not hit.
Sleight of hand deodorant.
Hugo,
22.
22 hits.
Oh, that was a crit fail.
Crit fail.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's just a punch.
Please roll a.
It's just a punch.
Please roll a d20 for me.
Oh, stop
What
rolling.
No punching
15.
look like.
Hugo does 15 damage.
15 more damage, Hugo. Man, you are a manimal.
5.
5.
Helps when you're rolling 3d8s.
My bowstring breaks.
You fall off of Ray and topple to the ground prone,
Wow, now.
Oh.
and your
hell
foot
of a
gets
fall for
stuck
you.
in the grate. Until you extricate yourself or someone else does, you are stuck in that spot.
For a second there, I thought that meant he had to shit himself.
We've done that before.
You just have to shit yourself. There.
That's happened.
did
And
happen.
so the Nalfeshni, I'm going to roll for the Vedelkin. That's a 2. And for the Tanuki, that's a 10. And the Nalfeshni. That's a 15 and 16 plus a whole lot. They both get knocked off.
No,
and disappear.
Oh.
Disappear
Oh, that got intense. Quick.
beyond the.
Oh, there's space behind us to fall off.
Oh yeah, we're hovering in the middle of this thing.
Didn't know
There's
that.
about
I would not have moved to where I was.
There's about 20 feet between you and the wall's edge.
It's
Okay.
I have Misty Step.
Yeah, what is that? What happens when he's chained to you with Misty Step? That's interesting.
With the shadow thing, he went with him.
He went
I
with
guess
me.
that's true. He did go with you. So,
He turns and looks at Quinlan Voss and steps up and goes for a swing and a swing. One on the Azure, one on Quinlan Voss.
He has 4 attacks.
He has.
As many as I
6.
wanted to have.
He's the DM.
He has a special ability
Yes,
called
It
DM.
is 3 attacks.
However many people he's fighting, he
So
has
the
half
first
that
was like
amount
a
of
charge
attacks.
on those 2, and then second and third.
He's not attacking us. So.
And so that is, he hits Quinlan Voss for 30
fodder.
points of damage, and the Azer,
Meh.
natural 20. Huh.
Wow.
He
That
gone.
poor guy, he was so afraid too.
He
That fawn.
brings a claw down
And the
and
Azer.
slashes across the Azer. It's flaming hair going up. He grabs it, picks it up Rancor style, and
Oh no!
bites his head off
And Ray
as
Don't
the
get critted by
crowd
this thing.
goes crazy, and Quinlan Voss kind of looks at his unpaired shackles and takes his lightsaber out and just kind of gets into a ready position.
Well, he
And
did
you,
not
and you
have
see
the
Ry-
gun.
shoot, I'm
you
supposed
see
to keep him
Rygar's
alive.
eyes go big and be like, that reminds me of someone.
Yeah, exactly. Ray, you are up.
Vinny.
Am I able to move?
You are able to move.
All right, I'll move.
You see,
Towards-
Knick-Knack is stuck in a grate in front of you, but you are able to move.
Well,
as
we're
you
chained
carry him in
together,
path.
aren't we?
You are.
Hand,
his
hand to
movement-
ankle.
His movement is 0, so for you to move, you'd have to kind of yank him out.
Yeah, that's
Break his
Oh,
ankle.
yeah, sure.
Okay, all right.
I mean, gently you land.
Tears him in half.
Yes.
There you
Roll,
go.
roll an athletics check.
You just have to make a mechanical leg for yourself.
Yeah.
17.
Okay, you yank him out. That is one of your attack actions.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yep.
Look what
Thanks.
you've done.
Sorry.
And are you holding him or just kind of letting him flow behind you?
As of now, I'm gonna enter into a rage and kind of go down.
Yes, please do.
Don't you have to
Just-
make an attack?
Towards him?
No, bonus action range.
What was that?
But if you don't get attacked, do you lose it?
You still have another.
Yeah, but I
you
can
still have
attack
a.
him.
You still have a second attack.
Okay,
Yeah.
didn't
Yep.
know that.
So I'm
So
gonna
you're-
run towards him, kind of one hand with Knick-Knack. Come on, buddy!
As I'm just like,
And then she's gonna, full of rage, she's gonna thunder glove.
You've been fisted.
Okay.
Been fisted.
Ooh, he's turned
Right
around too.
on his backside.
Go ahead and Thunder Fist.
Give him a prostate exam.
You've been thunder.
So,
At what level or at
so
what?
she's gonna use all 3 charges.
whoa!
Woo!
Wow.
Just in case
Dude,
everybody didn't see,
Hugo's
Zian
about to
did
be
give us all
upstaged so
advantage.
hard.
Okay.
He's getting a colonoscopy at this.
Yep. I hope he hasn't been eating for 24 hours.
We'll call you in a week with your results.
I guess he did eat.
Forget
Just
which.
ate that.
Dude's head.
Yeah. Can I have some of those fruit snacks over there?
I know I have
You guys
this here.
Yeah.
What the hell? Throw him over.
Do you know who's on this end of the
Come on.
Okay, so the Thunder Fist
I actually got less snacks because I
goes
didn't think you were gonna
forth.
be here.
from you, and
I
it
mean,
will.
I would angle it to him.
Well, it has. You can do that. Do you want to get Quinlan Voss or not?
Oh, please
What?
not.
No?
No. Okay, then you can
Why would
get
I?
him
Isn't he on our
entirely.
team?
I mean, ish.
You don't know.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, you don't know the rules.
Okay.
We
So
don't
you
know
angle
nothing.
it, and it hits his body, and
Do we
What-
have any
is that a-
disadvantages?
is that a
No.
deck save? Yeah. No. So, by way of reminder, because I didn't say it all today, chat can purchase advantages, disadvantages, and all kinds of other cool stuff.
Can we use all of our
Temporary hit
advantages?
points. The chat can even buy a timeout for the party
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
to metagame for 5 minutes or whatever amount of time less than that they deem necessary. And
That's because we're dumb.
so the chat can provide all of that for our party. And if you type in exclamation point rewards, it shows all the different things that the chat can buy. With I think it doesn't yet include the timeout.
Metagame.
But yeah, there's no DM disadvantages at this point, which are what we say. I think 500 bits.
10 bits, yeah.
500 bits apiece. Advantages are
I think we
250.
paid you.
Yeah, you paid me. All right, so Ray, you make your attack.
So it's a Constitution save.
Oh yeah, and I Constitution. That's a 22.
Yep, that passes.
Takes half damage, so he's not pushed back, but does take half damage.
All right, and then because we doubled it, is it because it would normally be D8s? Do I roll
D10s.
D10s?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna need more D10s.
Because yours was upgraded.
How many D10s do you need?
I'm gonna need more.
2, 3,
Holy cow.
Good
4.
lord.
There's 2. You can use that one too.
Because
Let's
it's
do
2 for the first charge.
Yep.
Second charge,
Here you go.
third charge.
Here's 2
Yep.
more if
Oh
you
no.
need
I think
Oh, you
it's
don't. You're
D4,
good.
I think.
Okay.
TDA.
I don't think so.
Stress eating.
2, 4, 6, right? 2 for the first, 2 for the second, 2 for the third.
I thought it was 2-1-1.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was 2-1-1.
We can do 2, 2.
I think. I have it pulled up.
I'll
You
do
do?
it.
Is that what it says?
When you cast a spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
So 2,
it's
1, 1. So
yep,
4, right?
Yep. 4d10. Yep.
That
That's why
is
I'm not a
correct,
magic user.
Good work.
Well done, Moss.
Alright. Is that a 10 or a
I
1?
count that as
That's
a
a
10.
10.
Okay. 10, 18, 19, 20, 29.
Woo!
Thunder.
As the thunder goes
Thinking it's
forth
not immune.
from your fist as you punch it in the backside.
Are you impressed by this contraption she has?
The crowd goes crazy as it watches this storm giant that emerges from the ether and
that the last
immediately
one?
begins
Sorry, I didn't know.
Oh, I hate it.
casting a thunder wave with a sonic boom into the backside of this Nalfeshni. There are very, very many impressed nobles who notice you at what you're doing as you do nearly 30 points of damage to this guy.
So she goes like this, and I assume she brings her fist back, right?
Oh, I show you. Do
And
I can make that?
Nick Nack goes, yeah, and he tries to reach it. He's like,
She'll put it down.
can I? Ooh.
Right next to it.
And so as Nick Nack observes the fist, it
That's
is
nice.
now all
want
of
that
the
later.
enemy's turn.
All of
Make
the
it better.
And so first thing that happens is Rygar teleports to the top of a pillar.
Oh, what? You can do that?
And
How high up is it?
and it's about 15 feet up. So he is,
Yes,
the
you can
pillar
do
is
that.
about eye level with the Nalfeshni. Well, actually, Nalfeshni is hovering a little bit above that, and he just begins to take arrows into the Nalfeshni. The dwarf that's stuck to him is like, "Aye, lad, how? What? What do I do? Ah!" And he just kind of he just like takes a defensive position and readies an attack if the Nalfeshni gets next to it. The Loxodon just begins to bound forward and rage in as he just brings a hammer down onto the backside of the Nalfeshni. At the same time as that happens, the Githyanki rushes forth and instead of pouncing on the Loxodon of the Nalfeshni, goes for a attack on the Githzerai
Oh, classic.
and goes to take it out.
Why is that
As he stabs him in the back and rips a massive wound down its back, the Githzerai sputters and turns and lets out a blast of psychic energy towards the Githzerai, knocking he and the satyr back. Both the Githzerai and Githyanki are deeply wounded as the satyr kind of looks at what just happened, having been caught in the blast a little bit, levels his arrow at the Githyanki and takes shots at the Githyanki, and as a bonus action kind of looks at himself and just you watch as some of his wounds close as he whispers words of healing to himself, doing a healing word to himself, and healing himself from the kind of bleeding ears psychic damage that had overtaken him. The Kendim does a kind of twisting, pirouetting slash of the Nalfeshni, carving its flesh from its body as its green sword of light emits its poisonous glow and takes it out, kind of blow by blow as the blood just splatters all over it. He stays in kind of a flanking position with Ray and the Loxodon, and then ends his turn by going into a defensive stance so that attacks are made against him with disadvantage. And it is now
I was about to do the same thing.
Celine's turn.
So I would know this on account of being in this
I'm too
place for
close.
5 years at this point, but am I expected to visibly, like, interject and make my own interferences, or is it only when they're like down I heal them?
It's
Okay,
your
then-
primary job is to
before
keep them
you,
upright,
so-
but so you can interject as you see fit, i.e. on your
Yeah,
turn, whatever you'd want to do.
Mhm.
You can't do direct damage,
Right.
but healing, blessing, enhancements, things like that, you can certainly do that. You have been known to, on occasion, bane
That would
enemies.
be interesting because I don't have that.
Well,
I am so good at what I do.
in previous levels, as you were learning, and you decided that wasn't very useful.
Yeah.
As they got harder and harder, it's not that useful. And
So what
so
I was
that-
getting at is I don't have to like be subtly
Yeah.
doing everything.
oh, also, the wizard reappears on the ground with the charred, burned body of the Tanuki next to him as he teleports back up
Tanuki?
into the arena, and the bear is dead.
Dead.
The wizard is badly hurt, but alive, breathing heavily, prone on the ground.
He's like dark roasted beans now.
Oh my gosh. But what I was saying was like I don't have to subtle cast when I'm doing that sort of thing.
Well, certainly, if you're not helping Hashin, it would not need to be subtle.
yeah. That makes about sense. Okay. Then in that case, knowing that I was told to keep Hugo, Rygar, and this Voss guy upright, is Voss within... Is he within 60 feet of me?
What is Hugo?
Let's see.
Who even knows?
I'm not gonna do Pythagorean theorem. Sure, it's about 50, 55 feet away.
Okay. Is, no, I can't. Okay, yeah, so I would be distantly casting Sanctuary on him.
Okay. And that's not concentration?
No, bonus.
Okay,
action,
so
actually.
as the Nalfeshni would go to attack it, it needs to make a save or attack someone else, correct?
Until the spell ends, which is a minute, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
Yep, very good. All right. At the end of your turn, Celine, you watch as the Nalfeshni teleports
Classic camp song.
and gets behind
Keep turning away from me.
It's okay. I get
the
range attack.
Githyanki and the fawn, the satyr that's there.
And the whole
And-
time this is happening, I'm
and-
just watching with like clenched fists, and I hate this conflict. I hate how they do this every time, and I had to just watch somebody get his head ripped off.
Yeah, you did.
And they attacks the Githyanki. And that is a 28, and the Githyanki gets its head bitten off
Oh!
as the 30 points of damage come down, adding to the damage dealt by the Githzerai already. It is now Hashin's turn. Bringing up the rear.
You see him? We're gonna climb. And we climb up the pillar.
Roll an athletics check.
You got it, dude.
You as well.
Where are they at?
With advantage. And
Are you using your advantage?
I am.
Okay. This is not a save, so there's no D4. It's
Athletics.
a athletics check is a skill check.
I can't acrobatic my way up there?
Sure.
Oh, welcome.
You can roll acrobatics or athletics, whichever you prefer.
Oh, 18.
25.
So you kind of look at it and see the runes that are up it, and you both go to kind of like quickly parkour, Assassin's Creed-esque kind of climb up, and Vex just ping, 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 like a little Yoda just bounds up. You both make it to the top.
Okay. And then his eyes, he blinks his eyes, he holds out his hand, which now doesn't have his bow in it, and out of his ring, you see this bright violet light come out, and a 20-foot cube falls down on top of this. And he casts fairy fire, fairy fire
Okay.
with
So,
his drow magic.
so are you angling it so it
No,
doesn't
I don't
get,
give a crap about those other guys.
so it gets the satyr,
Yeah, I don't care.
but not Hugo?
Definitely not Hugo.
Okay. So I need the satyr to make a dex save.
Yep.
That does so with advantage because this is a magical effect. That's a 4 and a 6.
It fails.
Man.
Plus whatever, but it's gonna fail. And the Nalfeshni. 2 2s.
It also fails. So now we all have advantage on those two things.
So that guy is... what color is he glowing?
It says invisible is the effect, but I'm gonna make them have this outline of the same purple that's of the amethyst ring he has on his right hand.
Okay, so he is kind of glowing a purpley...
You're gonna use so many color traits
Blue.
this campaign.
And the
Yep.
satyr is also glowing as well. He kind of looks at himself as the fire descends, and then looks around and can't see who cast it on him, but is like, ah! Yells out as he knows he has been marked and is now advantaged to be attacked.
Nice.
It is now back to Knick-Knack's turn.
That thing's cool. Yeah.
I like the gesture you did there.
I'm gonna watch this, and he points, and then he points, and a Melf's acid arrow comes out.
Okay,
I
and
imagine you doing this.
so
I
dab,
see you. I
dab,
see you. I
dab.
see you. Yeah, watch this. Oh,
Go ahead and make your spell attack as the green
it's an advantage,
acidic
right?
arrow goes forth, and
Yep.
what does that
Because of
advantage?
the fairy.
Because of fairy fire.
Oh yeah, it's his attack. You have advantage.
How's a 26?
That misses as it just soars past his head.
A
And then-
26?
And then curves back around and hits him in the back as you go for flare.
I'm missing a D20.
It's this one.
Where is it? Where is it? I know I got one more.
Because now I need to roll 3 of them when I attack next round.
Ooh.
Fairy fire is non-concentration, correct? Or no, you are concentrating on that.
I
can't
believe
remember.
it is.
I
but I'm
think
not
it's
sure.
concentration, right?
Let me see. Yep, 1 minute.
Okay. How much damage?
It is. Hold on. Ooh. 6. 10 damage now.
Okay.
And then at the end of its turn, it is 3 more damage.
Okay. So the pustules and the cuts and the wounds are just overflowing now from its body. There would be no way to make any melee attacks against this creature without getting splattered with its innards. You all can see this clearly as the satyr in front of it is just getting, as it moves, just getting flowed out
Poor
upon.
guy.
And
Gross.
he's yelling out in pain as he's getting covered in this blood,
And I
this
look at
demonic blood.
I look at Ray. If you got something from a distance, don't get close.
I got you.
All right, it is now up to Hugo.
So, oh man, he's kind of pinned there. Hugo will just run right up to him.
Okay.
Hugo don't give an F.
Yeah, he doesn't. And he's just kind of, he doesn't even run. He just kind of like, after saunters up.
He does a
You
little
know,
waltz over
little
there
waltz
in his
over.
blade song.
His blade song, and he just kind of, twirls his little shadow blade around, and you see another sonic boom come off the end of it as he strikes him again.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
24.
That
With a
hits.
D4?
You're gonna kill Bambi.
You
by
take
proxy.
10 points of acid damage.
10 4. Okay.
Okay, and you need to roll a concentration save
What about Bambi?
With your D4, because it's a
on
save.
his turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he dead?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
So it would be 30.
Ollie's just cheering. for
Damage.
The hammer.
30. Wow.
Yep.
That's good.
That was a good one.
Alright.
And how much was the acid damage?
10.
10?
So you basically got to beat a 10. Which
And you've got a
I
D4.
can't.
You can't.
I mean, I can't fail.
You can roll 2 1s.
No, I can't. Even if I did, it's still a 13.
And he has a D4.
Because I'm a +8, +5, because I'm blade singing.
Right. I guess that's if we don't play a 1 as an auto fail.
All right, fine. Here.
I mean, you have advantage with it, so it's a 1 in 400 chance.
Please.
Neither of them are ones.
been
There
done.
you go.
Humor me.
It has.
It's not a
I rolled
one.
3 ones in a row to end our last campaign.
It's true you
31
did.
save.
That
Yeah.
was an even greater chance.
31. Does that pass?
This time.
And then he rounds around again for swing number 2.
Okay. Make your second attack.
22.
That hits. 10 more points of acid damage.
Sure. Oops. it's
Hugo goes and chops a massive, shadowy slab of flesh off of this Nalfeshni. As the psychic damage racks through its body, it shudders in pain as it lets out a howl of both laughter and anger, knowing that as his life comes to an end, he'll finally be released back into his home of the abyss after
15.
having been trapped in that infernal stone for who knows how long. 15 damage?
Yep.
You're welcome,
Keep
everybody.
using this keyboard.
Is it messing
Really,
with
you're
that?
saying welcome to.
I don't think so.
You're welcome, demon.
You're
Okay, so you
welcome.
took 10 more
Demon.
points of
You're
acid
free.
damage.
Yep.
And just confirm that you didn't roll 1 in 400. All right.
All right.
It
yeah,
is
there you go.
now back to Vexilus.
Good.
Oh. Oh.
Finish it. But don't get close.
His body glowing purple and alight after your partner released fairy fire upon him.
I'm going to take the bonus action of hide, and I'm going to hide behind him.
Okay, you do so.
And I will hold an action, which will be to strike at anything that comes within range of me.
Okay, please roll a stealth check.
Okay. 18.
18, very good. It is now
Nice.
his turn as he goes to swing at Hugo as well as the satyr. Those are 2 claw attacks first.
1 each.
1 each.
Okay.
First at the satyr. That is a unnatural 20. That hits. He gets knocked down and caught up in his hand. Knocked prone, slammed, and then caught up in his hand.
Nice.
And against Hugo. That is a hit. What's your AC?
Oh, AC.
Yeah,
It's a
you're
lot.
Hugo.
27.
Yeah, no, 21.
That hits.
Then I cast shield.
Okay, now it's 26, correct?
26.
Still hits.
Oh!
It's a 26 to hit.
Dang!
You played him.
You
I did. For him, I know I can't say
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
rolled.
you have
I have
to
to tell
play
him
him.
whether it hits or not. So it still hits, but you are now shielded,
Yep.
which is a good thing because as
He's
he
got another
tosses
attack.
the satyr over his shoulder, and he falls down into the pit.
It's JB!
Wait, as he's falling, he like JB's falling next to him.
You take 20 points of slashing damage,
Yikes!
and then he goes to bite you, which is his most damaging attack.
Oh crap!
And that is a 25.
Does it?
The shield
Saved your life.
withstands the hit.
Oh, that Hugo is so good, you know?
Such
I
I
do
already
need you
know
to
I'm
make a
gonna be so
concentration
stressed
save,
this
which
campaign.
you have to beat a 10. Because you didn't, yeah.
So, as long as
1 in 400.
I did not roll a... I did roll a 1. But
Wait,
good thing I
but
have
you got a
advantage.
D4.
I have advantage.
That's
Doesn't
why
matter.
it's 1 in 400.
Here's 400.
Oh my! Did he roll a 1?
I rolled 2 1s.
What does that mean? What happened?
It means that he's not concentrating
Wait, how close
anymore.
is he to
Wait.
me?
Hold on, are you counting your D4? In
That,
that?
on
That
a-
doesn't count
on
on...
a,
It's a
on
save.
a 1, it's an normally
Oh.
yes,
We're
but it's an
playing
auto
on
fail.
What?
Wait,
1 is an auto
Yeah,
fail.
he's changing the rules because
is
I
he-
can't lose concentration.
A 1 is an
I
auto
mean,
fail.
we've kind of
did you
played it
do
that
that?
way.
Unless-
Not on saves, though.
Yes, I've done
is
that
it a
saves.
save? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Or an ability check?
Okay.
To
Did you
be
just say?
fair,
To be fair.
it hasn't mattered before on saves because
That's
people
true.
would
With a 1, you'd fail.
you would fail anyway.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
Yes, he is.
It still won't matter, though.
Does it change the roll, or does it change... So I want to use Flash of Genius, which would give him a +5.
To the roll.
It has to change the roll itself, not just add a plus
okay,
to it.
That's fine, then I
Mechanically, just so we know this.
yeah, then I wouldn't use it.
Yeah, you wouldn't use that.
That's a
if you
big
were
deal,
a
though.
divination wizard that could change the roll,
Right.
that would
That's
matter.
different. Okay.
Hey!
Yep.
Spoiler.
Or if the dice that
Yeah.
he used to have, those divination dice, that would matter.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um,
I'll just make
so
them.
so you are no longer concentrating on Shadow Blade,
Is that what
then,
Dove is?
correct?
Sure.
Is that what Dove's gonna
Son
be?
of a gun. You did the 1 out of 400.
Got it in the
Alright.
first session.
What?
After bragging.
All right.
Sweet.
I know.
I just cast it again.
Cast it again.
That's
This
right.
thing's almost dead.
I can only do it 4 more times. I mean,
Shucks.
What if you roll it again?
That would be so funny.
Okay, so
awful.
3 more times. I lied.
It
3 more
is-
times.
Liar.
now Ray's turn.
She's gonna watch this knick-knick-knack. Go, Deborah! And she's gonna cast from afar.
Yep. And so you summon Deborah, and out from your hammerhead emerges a large storm giant. The crowd goes crazy as
Nick Nack goes like this with his goggles.
as a 20-foot visage of a storm giant with flowing hair and heavy armor, massive shield and spear comes forth and releases the spear that goes forth flying towards it.
Recklessly attack, and it was an 18.
That hits.
Holy
As the
smokes,
spear
that's
impales
That must be
into its hide, just meeting its armor.
I'm rolling d10s now, not 12s.
Correct. It is a D10 now.
11.
11 points of damage. That's
I'm
a
so
first
sad.
attack.
I haven't tried this one before. Go, Ollie!
It's like a Pokemon battle.
no.
I love it.
Out emerges a slinking tabaxi who kind of appears and then, like,
Where the hell am I?
looks around.
Ollie, go attack the big thing! He's my best friend.
You got it, best friend.
And Oliver takes out the visages of his 2 swords, the Ivory Crest and the Soul Quencher,
Boo.
both in ethereal form, and kind of rushes forth and goes to stab into the flab of the Nalfeshni.
24.
Stab
Hits.
the flab.
Oh, that same thing. 11.
11 more damage.
I feel like I used to do more damage than that.
As Oliver
too.
disappears.
Yeah. That is Nick Nack like that.
Dude, I love that Ray and Nick Nack are treating this like a fun game when somebody just got their head bitten off and just got thrown over the side.
We've seen stuff.
Wait, what's that movie quote where it's like, for you, it was the worst day of your life. For me, it was a Tuesday.
The
You made that
Vedelkin
up.
stands
No, that's
up.
real.
I'm just kidding.
Famous.
The Vedelkin stands up, and you watch as he kind of steps to the side and
arch
looks
sides.
down. After he looks down at the charred body and kind of shakes its head, hobbles to the side and unleashes a torrent of lightning that goes forth and courses through the veins of the Nalfeshni. It takes the full brunt of the attack, though resists the lightning damage itself. As Rygar continues to take his attacks, whittling down each attack hitting into the flesh as Quinlan Voss rushes forth.
Does some of the flesh disappear? Is he using void arrows?
Some of the flesh does, in fact, disappear. Each one hits and...
Oh, that's so cool. Rygar was so cool.
He was so cool. As his arrows just
pretty sweet, yeah.
just void his flesh away.
Oh, man.
Hey, you! How do I do that?
The dwarf on his side just kind of continues to stand at the ready as Quinlan Voss continues to carve away. He misses one of his attacks and, frustrated, just kind of does a flurry of blows before he then teleports back out of range and stays back as the Loxodon rushes forth again.
Stupid.
And does a massive hit and charges. He hits into the Nalfeshni and begins to push the Nalfeshni back as the Nalfeshni grabs him.
Oh no!
And
goes back to you.
That's a natural 20 against a 17, and the Loxodon gets yeeted over his head as he takes the momentum and
JB.
tosses it. The
JB2.
Githzerai flying back with him and disappearing alongside.
Oh, that sucks.
As he goes down, and you watch. Roll perception check.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
16.
16.
8 people left.
As you, from your elevated vantage point, you can see farther down into the pit below, and the Loxodon smashes into the wall beyond, as does the Githzerai. The Githzerai actually catches himself on the wall and begins to fall backwards as the weight of the Loxodon pulls him down. And he tries to hold on, and the wall kind of flashes for a moment as you see an Afridi lord behind it that looks, and there is a whole gallery of Afridi that are there, both women and men, as well as a Dao, is that one of the fire genies as well? That's interesting. You see a what are they called? A Jinn. And then one of the Jinn snaps its fingers, and the line is severed between the Loxodon and the Githzerai.
Oh, dang.
And the Loxodon disappears into the flame below as the Githzerai stays kind of on. As a laugh, the Afridi kind of give a laugh, and they look to the Githzerai, and they kind of just like hit him, and one slams a mug of beer against another, and they kind of chug their brew as the Githzerai is still alive, clinging to the wall. The Loxodon has fallen. It is now Celine's turn.
Before I go, do I notice anything about the crowd? Any individuals that I would have known of importance attending the match?
There are many noble houses around. The Sultan's box is empty. And no one ever sees the Sultan. You simply know he is present because the light from his box just is full of fire.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a massive torchlight which burns, and he watches from within, and you just see flaming, almost Sauron-esque eyes, which just kind of watch when he is in his box. The box is empty. There are many nobles in attendance. All right, Celine.
Is Ray technically within 30 feet of me? I don't think so.
Ray is not within 30 feet of you.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself there. Would I have noticed at that distance that she is visibly a child?
For a giant, she is certainly not the age of an adult. So either she's a half giant or she's a very young storm cloud, kind of hard to tell. Giant.
So you would see her. Her eyes just linger on Ray for a moment. She takes it in and suddenly realizes, wait a minute, that's not... Despite being 8 feet tall, that's not a grown...
There are many fire giants down here.
Mhm.
There are stone giants as well. There was a clan of storm giants that you've heard stories of, but no one ever ventures out past the
What?
Let's go.
the sand sea.
That's it. On our destination. We're going.
Nothing
I'm
can
in.
survive that storm.
So,
Challenge accepted.
tearing her eyes away from Ray, she just goes, I'll make to protect her. And then casts, distantly, Death Ward on Quinlan Voss.
Okay. Who has taken damage?
Mhm.
All right.
So,
roll a
he-
medicine check.
Before or after I cast?
Before, either made this matter.
Okay. 13.
Glad
13.
we didn't face
It
this
looks
thing
to
out.
you that Quinlan has taken about, mechanically speaking, about 30 points of damage.
Alright.
You have Sanctuary cast upon him, and now a Death Ward. Correct.
And then, other than that, I'm just concentrating on...
Hugo's also taken a little bit of damage, but you've seen him take far worse.
He's fine.
And brought him back from far worse. Right. It is now Hashin's turn.
Okay.
Finish him.
Um,
You can do it.
he holds out his right hand, and out of the ring now comes this purple and black bow, and he whispers to himself, "Time to do work, Wallet," and he fires at the thing.
Okay, make your attacks with advantage.
I would love it if Machine killed this thing.
I would love it
I
too.
would love it.
No, that's boring.
The guy that everybody hates?
That one was cocked too.
Oh, I think the
I
I don't
tiny,
hate
I think
him.
the tiny gnome
The first
or
one's a 28.
goblin should beat him.
That hits.
If it doesn't have
Is that going to kill it?
Nope.
Okay, next one.
With your D4.
Not even close.
And then a 27.
27. They both hit.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
It's going to be close.
Come on, baby.
Roll high.
My D8s. Who took my D8s?
She did.
I need
How many did you need?
2.
No, yeah, that's good.
24.
24. That's very good.
I
It
don't know if I have enough.
The first
Thinking
blow
that's
hits it
enough.
with hammer force, and there is a reverberation of energy that as it hits, whereas Rygar's bows kind of flashed, voided away. There is a reverberation of energy and almost tendrils of cold that extend out, that are quickly then kind of steamed away in the heat. A second one hits again, and the creature is wobbling and beginning to kind of stumble and fall as Hugo, you're up.
Oh no! Hugo gets it. That's funny.
Where is Hugo?
Just hold your
Hugo
action.
is right
You're
next
right
to
next to it.
So Hugo stands up,
What about you? He skipped me on purpose.
walks away, walks backwards, away from the creature, and turns around and just kind of launches a lightning bolt right behind him.
So you turn away,
Cool guy.
send a lightning bolt behind you, and
Explosion.
as the creature, from the impact of the arrows, is falling down, you electrocute its body, and the crowd just goes crazy, chanting, "Hugo! Hugo!
I mean,
Hugo! Hugo!"
I cast spider climb on it as it falls down.
I mean, purple.
I'm
you,
just
you
kidding.
saw me hit him, right? He starts to fall.
As the creature goes down and its
fight.
body begins to dissolve, there is a
Round
force
two.
field that begins to emit wall of force that pushes each of you out
Oh, we don't even get a short rest.
Doesn't push me and Hashin out of the middle.
Hell no, it doesn't. We're already in good position.
Not our minor illusion.
As it stops at the outside, and you hear the voice go forth from the speaker. It says, "And down goes the creature! Hugo, your majestic champion with the kill yet again!
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Weak.
Let's see what round 2 brings for our combatants." As the Githzerai kind of jumps forth, floats through the air for a moment, and lands, and kind of you watch as him flick his hand, and the Gith Yankee body is hurled over the edge. And he kind of readies himself. "What creature do our hunters have in store for us now?"
Oh, no.
What you guys didn't know is the obelisk was like layered.
Oh, shit.
And that's where we will pick up next week.
Yay! Session 0 in the books.
And we did.
We are going to do our
die.
final giveaway. We did get 10 new subscriptions,
Things got
and
rearranged.
we are going to give away
Priorities.
those the large mini, which I think is a Yugoloth, as well as the devilish imp, and I think it's a fighter that's in there as well. So, if you would like your opportunity to win those minis, please type into the chat right now, !round 2. Round 2, all written out, ROUND, round 2, !round 2, for your chance to win those minis. And we will give those away before the stream ends, or even after the stream ends. Stick around in the chat. We'll choose the winner and announce that. We look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night as we go into round 2 of this combat, and see if they can survive round 2 before they get, as Hugo knows, to the final round 3.
2 more rounds?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna stay hiding behind you for a while.
I mean, I feel like we're pretty safe up here.
Should take a bow.
So,
I have another one.
thank you so much for sticking around with us and starting campaign 3, as we have 5 new characters and Ray the holdover from last campaign, and we look forward to telling a brand new story, an epic adventure with you guys. Thank you for your generosity tonight with the bits that were cheered, and we look forward to telling this new story with you as it unfolds each Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, as we continue to loot, die, and repeat. Have a good night, everyone. Cheers.